Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us here again. Let me make sure the microphones are all working. Mine seems to be working, and I see people are making noise on your end, so yours seem to be working. We seem to be all fine. Do not
Lovely.
game hungry, ladies and gentlemen, because you will spend the first 20, 30 minutes before your game talking about food and nothing but food and eating Cheetos and being sad. That's what will happen. Don't do it. It is not healthy. We all want brisket now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
Well, brisket
apparently
is in this stream.
apparently M wanted a cat's tail in her face.
I'm sorry. Bean is just a mess.
It's a bean.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Dinner and a Game. Thank you so much for joining us. It is Tuesday night, and that means that it is time for Emerald Sanctums, which is our World of Darkness Orphans Chronicle. All that means is we're playing the 20th edition of World of Darkness rules, and the Orphans Chronicle means that we are going to be playing using just about everything in the kitchen sink, from vampires to werewolves to changelings, mages, lions. Just about all of it is going to be in here tonight, as our player characters have chosen their characters based on what they wanted to do rather than what they will be limited to. So, that being said, let's say hello to our illustrious and amazing players for the evening. Hi, guys.
Hi.
How are y'all doing? Everyone feeling okay? Everyone doing good?
Yeah.
Everyone's so excited. They're just, man, I can't contain it, you guys. I might take a nap.
Listen.
Yes, Milagros. What is that?
It's my cane.
It's okay. I am so sorry you're still hurting.
You're
I hope
getting
you feel
bonked.
better. Milagros, how are you doing? Is it getting any better?
I am doing a little bit better. I'm
Good.
able to sleep more. I went to my first physical therapy appointment yesterday, and I'm going to another one on Thursday. And that's already helping. So hoping to keep on that trajectory so I can be fully mobile again, because I have so many chores that I can't do, and
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No, I know. I completely get you.
Yeah.
The last time my sciatic went out really bad, it was when I was still doing contract work and I was traveling all the time, and I had to fly back and forth every single weekend to Philadelphia. And from we were living in San Antonio at the time, so I had to fly from Philadelphia to San Antonio. I always had a layover in Atlanta, and I always had to change planes in Atlanta. And it was just like a nightmare. And I totally didn't think about it the entire time that my back was out and I was walking around in crutches. I never once asked for the help with the transportation around the airport or anything like that. So I'm on a crutch with my carry-ons all strapped over me, like trying to speed crutch through the airport.
Yep.
And I'm watching this little trolley go by with all these people on it. I'm like, yep, that could be me, but I'm a dumbass.
But we're not doing that.
This one time the trolley guy stopped for me and he says, "Would you please just get on? You're making me sad."
No, literally.
So anyway, I hope you're feeling better. Who are you going to be playing tonight?
I am playing Pandora, our Black Fury werewolf and resident simp, who's just fucking confused at everything that's happening. Though now she knows, or hopefully she won't get eaten by spiders. Hopefully that threat's been dealt with on at least some level.
Hello,
Mab is-
King Face Crush. Mab is
Oh my God,
what?
hi bestie. I don't think she knows that Mab is dead yet.
Nope. I
No.
don't think anyone knows except for the people who were there. There's that was what, three,
That's gonna
four of
be
you,
fun.
four of you. Yeah.
Mark,
Mark,
Rose.
Rose,
Right, and we know that
And
Mark is
David.
in space.
That's and Finn knows.
Yeah, Finn.
Finn
knows.
knows and Tuck know.
But didn't Mike get back from space?
No,
He's
Mark's still in
coming back.
space.
No,
Oh.
Mark came back.
I thought he did.
Oh, he did keep
Mark
back
is
already?
back
Mark is back.
because Rose had that moment with Finn, and Finn revealed to David that he's in the Shadow Court.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a thing. So thank you very much, Milagros. And Sphinx,
Yeah,
how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right.
I am very happy to hear that. I hope everything went good or better this week so far at work.
So far, so good. some weirdness went down at the office, but not pointed in my team or direction. So
This is not my circus, not my monkeys.
not at all.
We're gonna let them chitter in their cage, and we're gonna stay in ours.
Yeah. Not even remotely close to my monkeys.
Gotcha. And so, who are you playing this evening?
I will be playing our wizard, mage, Merlin, and tea enthusiast, Emerus Grant, who is our Order of Hermes mage, our Merlin for this branch of the universe, and is the best friend to Vera Rhoda, who is you'll find out who that is later, and adopted dad to Penny.
Mm-hmm. Excellent, wonderful, thank you very much. Speaking of Vera Rhoda, Ivy.
Hi, it's
Hi.
me.
It's
found out.
always you.
You
Dun,
found
dun,
out
dun. I revealed it. I was very bad. I will go stand in a corner. But first, how are you doing?
Because it definitely isn't already on stream. I'm good.
Yeah, it's not right underneath in your label or anything.
Exactly. No. Not at all. Anyways, I'm good.
Good. Excellent. And of course, we've already established you're playing Vera Rhoda. Who is Vera Rhoda?
Fiorella is a lovely La Sombra vampire who's our resident goth girl and just a mess all the time.
Yes, all the time.
And I have Pandora's possible affections.
Possible affections?
Possible.
It's a slow burn and we both know it.
Yes.
Possible affections, maybe actual love.
Slow burn for who?
But in the meantime, you got to figure
Yes.
out. Meantime, you
For
got to figure
Vera.
out what you're doing in this horrifying place with these pillars, and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun for you guys.
This is why I bought more dice.
This is why I bought more dice.
I bought more dice.
And finally, M, how are
Hi.
you?
Doing good.
Doing good. Are you happy to be here?
I am very happy to be here, Sphinx, and I have been talking about seasonings for a little bit.
As I said, don't game hungry.
Hey, we're in the South. We cook a lot. So
So, who are you going to be playing this evening?
I am playing our lovely Countess Rosaline. She is of House Islanded, and she is a she-noble who is getting into predicament after predicament after predicament and is about fed up with all of it. And Finn is about to get his ass kicked.
What did Finn do?
Oh, I don't know. Do you want me to go through the laundry list? He's at this point, he's the Disney princess. At this point, he's the Disney princess that keeps getting kidnapped.
Well, we'll see what happens with that. Thank you very much. And Jonathan should be joining us tonight. Let me double check real quick, see if he's messaged me again. He has actually got some really good news, hopefully, coming in today. So he is not going to be with us in the beginning, but he will hopefully be joining us later. And Jonathan, I hope it's perfect. I hope it's wonderful. And I hope you get to tell us all about it on break. So, but in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and start getting ready to jump into things. But first, remember, if you are with us and you want to do anything to help support us, you can of course subscribe here. But if you follow us, we're going to do something to support you. Number one, every single person who follows is automatically entered to win this set of books. This is the D&D core set, the player's handbook, the monstrous manual, the DMG, and that GM screen all come contained in that wonderful slipcase that you can stand up on your bookshelves. This is the limited edition set, so instead of having the standard covers, it's going to have the foil embossed covers, so they look different than normal covers. And if you do make this your main set of source books, you will be able to go to the game store and not have to write your name in black Sharpie on the edge of your books, because your book's going to look different than everyone else's. Now, all that being said, if you do choose to give us a follow, you don't just get to be entered for that. There is always what we call our mini of the month giveaway. Now, this month, that mini is this amazing mini. I found a better picture of her, guys. This is from the Bloodright Red Rain Studios from series from Archvillain Games. This is Lilith, and she is like a goddess of the vampires. This is not a 28mm mini. It is to scale, but she is on a 100mm wide base, and she stands around 9, maybe 10 inches tall at the tips of her wings. And I swear, the wings are a foot across. This is an amazing mini. It's a 4K mini, so it'll print out at the detail you see in the picture. I am telling everyone this, though. If you're going to use this on your table, be incredibly careful with it. This mini is more of a display than anything else. You can see there's candelabras that are coming off those pillars, that staff. All those are very thin pieces. And if you drop this even once, they're gonna just
gorgeous.
snap off. But she's gorgeous. She'd be a great display piece. And yeah, like I said, you could definitely use it on the tabletop, but just be careful because she is a delicate flower who will rip your heart out and drink all the blood from your body. But anyway, we're gonna be doing a 20-minute give period during the show where we'll be giving away raffle tickets. You get one ticket for following, one ticket for following, and 2 tickets for subscribing to the show. Jonathan has shown up, the amazing Jonathan, one of the original daggers who helped us start Dinner and a Game. Jonathan, how are you doing tonight?
Hungry?
Hungry? Well, you
But
will
eating,
get...
so
It's Dinner and a
Yeah.
Game. It's Dinner and a Game. If you don't eat, you're not living up to the name. I'm going to go ahead and fix the cameras real quick. Jonathan, I'm sorry to bug you while you're eating, but who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Mark, who is the best werecat that ever lived or ever will live, except he's not going to die, so he will just always be the best werecat from this point forward.
Forever and ever till the end of time. There is no other option. Mark is the bestest at everything werecatting.
Well, but I mean, the end of time might actually be like really soon.
Yeah,
That's a possibility.
So wait, does that make the accomplishment bigger or not as cool?
I think it's equally cool because he will still be the best werecat that has ever existed, regardless of when time ends.
I guess that's true. And since time's going to end, you kind of get to be the end cap on the whole process, don't you? There'll be no one else to be able to, compete with you ever again. So you've locked down number 1.
Wait, was there ever a competition to begin with?
I don't know. How can we ever know that? Because there'll be no more time.
Well, no, but I mean, like, nobody was in Mark's league, so how did he have competition?
But you don't know what would have come in the future. But now there's no future.
You're
Yeah,
right.
but he's already
is
the best, so how can
Mark
you
is-
compete with the best?
Mark is in a league all his own. That's just how
Oh.
Mark is.
Massive league of his own situation where Mark will build it and they will come.
Yep, exactly.
There's
of
no
his own
cry
captain.
in a world of darkness.
There you go. Been waiting for it. Been waiting for it.
Perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So when we left off last time, we had 2 basically distinct different groups of people. We had Pandora, Emery's, Vera, and Penny, who were in New Orleans and trying to track down Penny.
Oh shit, we're in the creepy hospital.
Yep, you're in the creepy
Yeah.
fucking hospital.
Yeah, we went into where the
Did
fucking
you forget?
pillars are.
Did you
We
conveniently
ended after
feared about
Vera
that?
took you guys to the basement. Now
Yes.
I recall.
Yeah,
I remember
Through-
the
yeah,
hospital.
through-
pillars
was-
are, we can see them.
Through shadows that you.
I remember now.
Yeah.
Alright.
You brought us through the shadows.
We're in
Heck.
danger.
You were in danger.
Ivy is caught up now. I cannot remember where exactly we landed, but that's correct.
Ivy's had a busy week, and she forgot that she was stepping into this mess.
Oh, that's right. Oops.
Yeah, like I actually spent the earlier part today watching the end of last show to make sure I knew how badly I had stranded you guys. So, but they were in New Orleans. They had gone to a hospital in New Orleans where they were tracking down Emery's Tati, who was his mentor and teacher, and is kind of like the adopted-ish mentor for Penny, even though Penny is like just the grandchild, so this gets presents.
Yeah, for those of you who are not in the know, Tati is Haitian Creole for auntie, essentially.
Mm-hmm. And so they basically they got a message from her. It was very kind of tentative and weak, but she gave them a way to find her once they got into New Orleans area. And they have been tracking her down, following the magical tracer she gave them. and it led them to a hospital that was completely deserted. Now, New Orleans is inside of a giant storm, but there's no one in the city. Not just hardly anyone, no one. The highways were deserted. The hospital itself was dark. And you guys discovered that darkness wasn't natural. And you guys went into the building. In the meantime, on a separate group, we had Mark and we had Rosaline with Tuck and Finn with them. And they went and they found High King David, the long missing High King of the Fae. They also had Mab tracking them down there as well. And during the entire process of awakening High King David, oh, thank you very much for the sweet tea special. But in the process of waking up High King David from the banal sleep he had been put in that had him working as literally an accountant for a bank, they had managed to get him to awaken, at which time he understood Mab's part in his captivity, because although she wasn't one of the people who actually captured and had him trapped, Mab knew where he was and never came to rescue him. And in his anger and in his righteousness for being the High King and being literally abandoned by one of his subjects who could have done something about it, he struck Mab down, executed her in cold blood. And
can I say one thing?
Sure.
He clearly is a very, very angry man, because he killed Mab for not helping him, and he didn't even say thank you to the guy that found him and saved him.
Yeah, you can go ahead and argue with that with him all you want, Mark.
Yeah, you have that conversation.
You have that conversation with the man
Here,
who
I'll
just killed
argue
somebody.
with him. I'll do it. Let's go.
Rose just wants to fight.
Rose is just
Rose just
pissed.
wants to fight.
Yeah, Rose is angry as fuck. I don't blame
Also, something very interesting happened as right as Mab was struck down, or right after Mab was struck down, and that is Rose's fiance Finn, who had gone through all kinds of hell, died,
Three times.
Again.
been brought back and given a new body that was made with a fucking clay golem and the spirit of his dead twin, who died when he was 9, combined back together to give Finn's immortal soul a place to go. And they animated the body and it became real. And then it was actually not Finn, it was more of a conglomeration of Finn's brother and Finn. And then, after all that, they got here. And Finn was like in this torpid state, just sitting there, and he snapped out of it. And it was Finn. Just Finn. No dragon, no brother, just Finn. At which point, Finn promptly confessed to High King David that he was a member of the Shadow Court. Which means he's probably going to die.
Also had memory loss for the 3rd time.
He has some memory loss. Everything that's happened since he died the first time. So, dun dun dun. It's all fine. It's all fine.
Finn is literally the most dramatic character.
He
Like-
is literally. Oh
like-
my god.
He is the drama.
He is the drama, and you know why?
Because he's blonde.
It's
Because he's blonde.
Say it with me now. Cause he's blonde.
Because he's blonde.
Milagros does not hate all blonde people. Just blonde people
No.
that they
Not all
know.
blondes.
No.
You guys notice that the core NPCs that were attached to PC concepts are the most high maintenance people in the entire game. Like Mark is actually less maintenance than Penny or Finn, and he's weird.
We love Mark, though.
We
Okay,
love
but
Mark.
look,
We love him so much.
My
Mark
NPCs
keeps
are just
on-
the bad guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Mark keeps on teleporting away and stealing parts of somebody's fence.
That was only 2 times.
It was only twice.
Was it
Look,
only-
mine are not.
Yeah, it
main-
was only twice.
My
The-
NPCs are not high maintenance. They're just the bad guys.
They're just the bad guys who are
Yeah.
usually hot and everyone wants to make out with them. So
Also, yes, but still.
We don't have patterns, ladies and gentlemen. We just play games. All right.
Sure.
So, let me actually here. I'm gonna roll a dice. Let's see who we're gonna start
Oh
back
my
out
god.
with.
Okay, come on, Bean. You
Okay.
can quit glaring at me now. Come on, baby.
Bean!
Today we will be starting back out with. Let me get the proper music in place for this.
Oh boy.
Back at the hospital.
Oh fuck.
Here we go.
Where I just teleported us. Through Shadow.
We're in danger.
Fantastic.
So, you guys appeared in this very large underground cavern. In this, ahead of you, there are 9 pillars surrounding a large pit. In the center of the pit, there is a 10th pillar. All these pillars look to be solid silver in coloration. Suspended from the top of the pillars by chains are 9 human figures. They are high enough up to where their feet cannot touch the ground, so they are literally hanging from manacles. And all of them look in horrible condition. I did say you saw your Tati right away, right?
You did not.
Yeah.
I don't remember you saying that.
Okay. So your Tati is actually in a position almost directly across from you,
Okay.
from where you guys appeared, and they're hanging there with their head down. There are that was who was by the pillar that came where you came in, because it was Penny's tutor
That's right.
with the mind sphere. Yeah, he was a balder older man. Yeah, he's hanging from the pillar right near you. So you have, you can see all these people. There's no sound except for a little bit of dripping water, and there is no movement. The only obvious things you can hear is your own breathing, and the gasps of pain from the people who are suspended.
Okay.
Now, those
Well-
pillars are not directly over the pit. They're a little bit back from it. So you guys could walk around the base of the pillar, everything you want to, but literally they're so high up on the pillar that who's the tallest person here? Pandora, right? Out of the 3 of
I'm
them?
in Krenos right now.
Oh god. So yeah,
Yeah.
Pandora, your head is about even with their waist. Even in Krenos form.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so they're suspended pretty high up. But you could like reach up and lift them and hold them up. And stuff like that. The manacles that they're wearing, Pandora, you can see this because like I said, you're kind of near the first pillar. You can see that the manacles they're wearing, every single link looks like it's made of a different metal, and the manacle itself doesn't look like it's made of metal at all. It looks to be some clear, absolutely clear substance.
How far down does the pit go?
No one's walked to the edge of the pit that I know of.
I'm gonna walk to the edge of the pit.
There's just darkness below.
Fantastic.
And you feel it. You understand.
Yeah. Okay.
It actually, you look down the pit and you feel drawn to it.
Oh
Oh
it's
no.
fantastic. Who let me walk to the edge of the pit?
You feel just this incredible sensation of belonging, of concern for your well-being, and of a great want. You have a great want to throw yourself down into the pit, and you can feel that the darkness below wants nothing more than to welcome you.
Great.
Oh, boy.
That's
Three-
great. Love
3
it.
guesses as to why that is.
Huh, I wonder. How bizarre. How odd. How best friend. How weird.
How bizarre.
How bizarre.
How bizarre. How bizarre.
All the people are alive, just barely. Right?
Let me make possible poor choices.
I always make the poor choices for myself. It's fine. Nobody else is talking into them. Everyone's alive, but barely. Correct?
Yeah, well, they're alive, but you don't know how badly hurt they all are. But the one thing you can see is that all of them are having a hell of a hard time breathing. And one thing you know is if they've been suspended with their arms over their head for that long, there could be all kinds of things going wrong with them. You have no idea how long they've been hooked up like that. But your Tati just did disappear like what, 7-8 days ago?
Yeah. How far away are they each from the pit itself? Like, distance-wise?
About 10 feet.
Okay.
The pillars are about 10 feet from the pit.
So enough, like, for somebody else to stand there, like, between them and the pit. Okay.
You just positioned yourself between them and the pit for the most part?
No, I'm just saying if somebody wanted to stand there, like, between them. Are they all on, they're all in a circle around it, yeah?
Around
the pit, right?
Okay, fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, and from the size of the pit, the circle going around, the pit itself is about 100 feet across.
Oh, big pit.
Big pit.
Okay.
Each one of the silver pillars is probably about 5 feet around.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
So
Okay,
there is no light down here. Except for, the stuff coming off of your staff sphinx, and I think someone else had like torches or something like that.
Sure.
Oh no, people are using the flashlights on their phones. I remember it now. And so there's no real light down here, but the center pillar in the center of the pit looks like the pillar itself is somehow giving off light. Very little light, but you can see the entire top of that little raised pillar of stone that it's sitting on. And you can see that at the base of the pillar, leaned up against it, is a ladder. And that hanging from the pillar facing your ends are two more of those multi-metal chains ending in what looks to be two tufts of glass.
What are these actual pillars made out of?
You gonna go up and check it out?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me how you're going to attempt to assess what the pillars are made out of.
Well, first, I'm going to look at Emery's and say, "Don't go in the pit." And
Wasn't planning to. Was not planning to at all. But
all of a sudden, Rage Against the Machine starts playing. We will coax you into the pit.
I'm gonna walk up to the one closest.
Okay.
And
that's the one that Penny's mentor is.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch it yet, but I would like to kind of look at it and see if I know what this material might be, and then I'll just kind of look to Emery's and be like, "Do you know what this is made out of?" Before I touch it, because like if it's any type of like thing that's going to mess with me, I don't want to touch it.
No, and I'm going to kind of close my eyes. I'm going to take a deep breath, and I'm going to extend my senses, and I want to try and sense quintessence and see if the pillars might be made of that.
Okay. Strand.
Go ahead.
So that would be an arete roll.
Yes, it would. The difficulty is only 6.
All right. Woo! Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes out of 6.
There is quintessence soaking and permeating everything here, but nothing here is made exclusively of quintessence. The chains are infused with quintessence. The silver pillars themselves are infused with quintessence and something else. Several different types of magical energies are infused into the pillars, as well as some portion of every single sphere of energy.
Okay. Then I want to also couple that with quantify energy if I can.
Okay. You're gonna try and look at every single source of energy that are coming in or going out.
Yeah. Well, according to quantify energy, I should be able to sense the type and amount of energy at work all around. So
Gotcha. As you, Pandora, as you're seeing Emery's do that, what are you doing?
That's 4 successes for me on that one.
Can I put my hand under the feet of somebody that's manacled and kind of raise them a little bit?
Sure. Yeah.
Just to see what happens.
Yeah.
'Cause I know that-
Penny's mentor is literally right there.
Yeah, can I just like kind of let him stand?
Sure. Yeah. Just to give him some relief.
Yeah.
And in your form, you could literally just hold your hands up, and he could stand on them, and it wouldn't really be that much of an exertion.
Yeah.
And then he would get to take stress off of his arms.
Yeah, I just don't want to like touch the pillar or like the chains or anything.
I got you.
But, like,
So
let
as
him
you walk
stand.
up towards him, you feel it. You understand without a shadow of a doubt that pillar is solid fucking silver. Not hollow.
Yeah.
That
That's what I was
is
worried about.
multiple.
That's what I was worried
That
about.
is multiple
Mm.
tons of silver. And because it's silver and the effects that has on your body, you can feel that it goes several, like 10 to 15 feet into the ground.
Hey, you remember how Ezekiel asked for all that silver from the house?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
just putting that out there, just in case anyone forgot.
You'd have no idea how much silver the house made for him.
Yeah, I'm just saying the house made silver.
Because remember,
She
the
really
house
got much.
the house wasn't making silver by creating chimerical silver. It was pulling silver out of everything it could reach.
Mhm.
Sure did.
Yep, just reminding everyone about that.
Yep.
All right, so Emery's, what'd your roll get?
I got 4 successes.
All right. Number 1. The first thing you know without a doubt is that this point is just ripe with energy. I don't know if you know any of the actual mystical side of New Orleans, but New Orleans itself is the convergence. I know. New Orleans itself is the convergence of 7 separate ley lines, or 7 points of magnetic lines on the earth.
Okay.
As such, New Orleans is a source of immense mystical power. Now, those ley lines converge underneath a cemetery. I can't remember which fucking cemetery it is.
Is it St. Louis #1?
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember.
I would not be surprised if it were.
But it does not converge under this hospital.
Okay.
However, as you're reaching out to quantify the energies here, the first thing you feel is that the strongest point of energy from a mage's point of view that is being utilized here is Prime.
Okay.
Prime is being utilized to manipulate every other sphere of magic. And that energy is being channeled and pulling every single one of the 7 ley lines here. The very magical essence of the planet has been shifted. And they're now conjoining at the center of the pit, under that pillar, in those shadows. Also, when the ley lines converge, that just means they cross. By the way, hydrate, posture check, and stretch. Lissa did it the hard way. But yeah, so the ley lines where the ley lines converge means they cross over each other. So the energies actually go through. Okay, so they come in and go out. As the energies come in from the ley lines, the energies of the ley lines that leaving the conjunction are greatly diminished.
Okay.
Thank you for the self-care. Let me stretch. Ow! That hurt.
Oh, by the way, I know it's a little like tricky to speak in Krynos, but Pandora's still gonna say like it's silver.
It's tricky, but you can speak in Krynos.
It's fucking silver.
Yeah.
Cursed.
Fear does not look surprised,
Well, no, but like,
it's
Yeah.
also a little like, ugh, great.
Emrys definitely grimaces at that.
Yeah. Fear kind of has the same thought of, oh yeah, Dad made all that silver. Am I
Thanks.
surprised? No.
Yeah, I pass on to everyone. So all of the spheres of magic are being used. Prime is manipulating everything else, as
And
well as
you can you understand because you've been encountered it often enough now that glamour is being utilized here, and gnosis is being utilized here.
glamour and gnosis.
What's that?
I think they're all being used. It feels like the ley lines have shifted, or at least the energy from the ley lines have been shifted. They're not supposed to converge here, and they're being made to converge here. And that's not good.
That doesn't sound good.
On top of that, once they leave this area, it's like they're being siphoned in some way, because as they leave, the energy is diminished.
Which means the very energy of the planet is being drained into that pit.
Yep.
The energy of the planet's been drained into. Remember Final Fantasy VII and the whole thing with like Mako energy? This is the Mako reactor, and all of it. It's
Yeah. So, what now?
That's a great question. I'm
Because,
going
like,
to look
Looking around
for-
at the pillars and the people on them.
Yeah,
So Pandora,
I'm gonna look for my Tati.
You put your hands underneath the gentleman's feet and push him up, and he kind of like he like everyone sounds like they're wheezing. So the moment you pick him up and his arms kind of come down a little bit, he starts drawing in deep breaths, and he's over and over again, and then he kind of looks down at you and looks at all of you, and he looks at you, Sphinx, and he says, "Did you bring the Fae?
No, they're not here.
Don't let them come."
Well, I would text them, but our cell service is shit here.
You need to get out of here.
Well, the plan is to get out of here and take as many of you as we can with us.
He's trying to talk, but he's obviously having a lot of trouble just getting his breathing back to normal.
Take your time. Take your time. You've been under a lot of stress.
He's shaking his head. He's shaking his head. And then he looks past you all, and his eyes just go huge, and you all feel the ground shaking.
Whatever it is
And
right behind us.
We're going to stop and go over to
Mother.
Denmark.
We're just having a good old time over here. We're going to get some snacks. It's a good time.
Yep. What's Denmark known for food-wise? I don't know.
A lot, actually.
Waffles?
So
No, that's Belgium.
Oh, wait, no, they're known for Danishes.
they actually have like this really interesting looking
Open-faced
thing
sandwiches.
that looks kind of like a mix of a waffle and like the ice cream cone stuff, but flat, like waffle cone.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it's got like really sweet stuff in it that's kind of like a honey, but like there's different flavors that it comes. It's cool, but it's more like Amsterdam, I think, than other places.
Gotcha. Well, either way,
Fruit waffle.
High King David is with you. You just found Finn has said all that in front of you. Like I said last time, High King David didn't really react to Finn's confession. And High King David, he actually had told you then that he needed to go
Home.
take care of some things and he needed to go home.
Yeah.
So I think, did he ask you why you guys wanted to be dropped off?
No, because we had tried to tell him that he actually should go with us. That was the better quest.
Yep.
What did you say exactly to him?
That it's no coincidence that he's on a quest to find Excalibur, and a reincarnation of Merlin and Galahad have already appeared, and yet instead of going with us to save the world, he wants to go find the sword. Where if he would go with us to save the world, the sword would probably find him.
Yeah, that was what was said.
Granted, it should be noted that the version of Excalibur that Emrys possesses is not this universe's Excalibur.
Yep.
And
Well, but
Caliburn is not Excalibur.
He's not looking for Excalibur. He's looking for Caliburn.
Yeah,
Okay.
Caliburn is not Excalibur. Caliburn is the Fey
thing.
Blade.
Yeah.
He
Technically,
says-
Excalibur is the reforging of Caliburn after.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what did you? Where King David looks at you, Mark, and he says, "Where do you intend on going?"
Well, unfortunately, it seems as though America is the nexus of all of the horrors that are occurring to end the world. We've taken care of most of Seattle. We seem like we've squashed most of the problem that was in San Francisco. And I think now we have...
We need to find my paint case.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not
And
gonna-
Finn's armor, Finn's weapons, because that was stolen from the house. Why didn't I think of this sooner? I am going to cast in this moment because I can focus on objects compared to Mark.
Wait. Are we the locating things? If it's a thing, you find it. If it's a person, I find it?
I can locate people and things, but I allow you to. You know what? You're going to do the people. I'll do the things. Okay? Cool.
All right. I'll finish my sentence to David while she's casting. I'll be like, New York and New Orleans seem to be the ones that are left. I think now we're headed towards the news and not the olds.
He says, and that would also count for the New World, which might be why everything is centered there.
I am going to do Seer's Wisp, which is a soothsay.
Gotcha.
It is an object, so I think that is a prop roll.
It is a prop.
Cool.
What object? Wait. What object?
My art case.
That is still a prop. Yes.
Yep. Because that is a big danger thing right now. So let me get my dice roller up because I have a dice pool that is insane. Dice roller. Whee! What is the difficulty?
It's your item. It was bound to you. It was created for you. So the difficulty is only a 6.
Cool. That won't be...
Now, hypothetically, if Mark had marked that as being his, what would her difficulty be?
It wouldn't change because Mark doesn't utilize chimerical energy or doesn't use glamour to do that. He uses gnosis for the most part.
4 successes. So based on that, it will. Okay, so it's gonna last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours.
Okay.
And this is a object that I am seeking.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the only time I can use this. So I can only use it once per story.
Oh, wow. So what does it do? Does it just tell you where it is?
It will give me the safest route to get there. It will lead me the safest route. So the realm dictates what the changeling is trying to find. The more successes roll, the more direct and safer the path down which the wisp leads the changeling.
Another hydrate. Oh, shoot. Sorry, Alyssa. Alyssa redeemed a sweet tea special as well. So 2 hydrates and then a stretchy and a...
Yep.
And
So
posture.
she is like whispering in her hand as like a wisp shows up in her hand and is like,
Mhm.
I need you to find this for me. Lead the way.
So the wisp leaves you and floats over to David. And
You
it's
have
floating,
my paint case?
but David's like, no, I think I know what it wants me to do.
Mark, are you up for stealing a paint case and a sword and armor?
David takes the wisp in his hand, like holds his hands and puts the wisp in his, it floats on his hands and it lights down on his palm. And he closes his eyes for a moment and he says, are we going directly to this thing? With his eyes closed.
I can see if there's any danger with it real quick.
There is danger. The wisp is taking us as close as it can because of the danger.
I'm gonna draw my red blade.
All right. You're holding your red blade.
Can we not take Finn? Because I don't want him to die a fourth time.
Finn's like, I just got back. I don't even know what you're talking about. I've died one time. Okay? Whoever died those other times.
Also, you and I are having a conversation later.
I don't want to talk to you later. Talk to Finn after we're done.
That's what I said. Having a
She was
conversation.
talking to me, Mark.
No,
Not
she
you,
wasn't.
I was talking to Finn. I wasn't talking to you. You're my best friend. I will always take you over priority over him right now. So anyway.
What the
fuck? Mark doesn't say anything, and he avoids eye contact with Finn at the moment.
Yeah, Finn's glaring at Mark.
Wow.
There will be conversations.
There will be, and it's one of those of, oh yeah, it's going to be along the lines of no more secrets. You are going to tell everything to me, whether you like it or not.
We will talk, but can we?
Yeah, let's go.
And David's like,
are we taking Finn? I don't want to have to protect him again.
Okay, he has to go. He has to go, or he's going to stalk us to wherever we're going to go.
David says, we're taking a moon bridge.
Oh, that's not fun. The last time we did that, it was like a puzzle, or you. Ugh.
Are we going to there?
We're going through there.
Okay. Buckle in, buckaroos. Let's go.
Wait, where are we going through?
So David puts his hand against his chest. You see a line of light go down around his shoulders and form on a pendant that you did not see him wearing. It's a chain with a silver pendant on it. And as he goes to put his hand over it, Rose, right before he gets his hand over it, as a glow comes in, you see that there is a swan in a sun and and a sun blaze on his chest, on the pendant. And he puts his hand on it, and there is a silver glow that comes off of it, the pendant. It comes out from, it seems to come out from underneath his hands like it's a liquid. And it goes forward, and it basically begins to spin in a circle ahead of you. And as it's spinning, it begins to like leak out of the spinning silver and run into the center. And it's spinning in a circle, so there's an empty space in the center. And it runs out from the silver, and then it forms like a clear sheet of silver liquid. And
is it real silver?
Huh?
Is it real silver?
No, it's not. It's chimerical. So High King David says, step through, stay on the silver path. As always, he says it'll take us just a few moments to get there. This is the safest way to get from this point to that.
Mm-hmm. Where is exactly that?
He says, we are going to the Temple of the Crescent Moon. It is in New Orleans now, from Athens. All things change. He says, we will be in New Orleans. He says, but the main issue is we will be in New Orleans when we are needed, as well as where.
Okay. This doesn't surprise me anymore at this point. Mark, get ready to fight when we leave, when we get out of there.
The wisp will not let us go in too directly danger. This will get us to the safest location we can get to.
Mm-hmm. After that, it's whatever.
After that, it's up to us.
Hey, Mark, do you mind texting the rest of the group stating we're on our way to New Orleans?
Yeah. I'm going to put the dagger away for a second while they start doing their thing. I'm going to pull out my phone and text in the group chat. Hey, guys, Mir was fun, but we're not there anymore. Now we're headed to the Temple of the Crescent Moon, not in Athens, in New Orleans. And then just like blast a bunch of emojis there, like crazy face, like excited face. Ooh, like, is there an astronaut emoji? And then like,
there's an astronaut emoji.
Like have a dagger. Like, like next to the astronaut emoji, and then just like lots of cry laughy emojis because like I didn't really kill anybody on the space station.
You confused, not harmed.
You confused, not harmed. Yeah, especially all the fur they're gonna find on the space station. Anyway,
There's no fur.
I know.
I would like to say I'm gonna laugh really hard if you guys end up at the exact same bar that we were previously at.
God,
That'll be very funny.
That would be hilarious.
So
For the record, all I left there was money.
Yeah, you threw money around, which is very confusing. Not harmful, just confusing.
Just
Yeah,
confusing as hell.
I feel like I did a good thing that's really going to freak them out. They're like, where did this money come from? Why did somebody leave money here?
Did they sneak money onto the space station?
did they sneak money onto the space station? You know, he was just paying for what the time he took and everything like that. He's being very courteous.
For all I know, the Russian government's going to be like, why do you guys have so much money in space? Bring it back.
We need money. So you guys, you step through the silver. As you do, you are awash in cold. It is incredibly cold as you go through this. You feel yourself moving, but you can't see anything. You feel yourself like go on sudden turns, like you move very, very quickly in different directions multiple different times, and then as you're kind of getting your bearings and feeling like this is like, okay, I guess this is okay, I'm not dead. as you're going through all that, you guys basically feel a sudden lurch, and then you are standing on a sidewalk. It is humid as hell, and there is no one around. You see, hang on a second, where are you exactly?
Why is it so hot? I don't like it. It's too hot. I'm used to cold.
All right, you see that you are on the corner of Tulane and Elk Place, and you're standing right outside the New Orleans Public Main Library.
Oh.
Is David here?
Yeah.
All right.
Everyone's there.
Now that David's here, I'm just going to turn to him, and I'm going to have the manners to say it only to him and only loud enough for him to hear.
Okay.
Hey, David?
Yes.
You're never going to find Caliburn if you're looking for it. Caliburn doesn't appear to those who look for it. Caliburn appears to those who deserve it that aren't looking for it.
David kind of looks at you and says, Caliburn was stolen, not lost.
Okay. I mean,
He says, but you're right. Caliburn is mine. But the simple fact that I doubted myself for even a second made me not worthy. So I do have to earn it back.
Yeah, but I don't think you can try to earn it. I think you just have to actually earn it without that being your goal. If your goal is to earn it back, wanting it back, I don't know you'll ever hit the mark. Like you just have to accept you may never have it back and just do the right things, and maybe it'll come back to you.
I wish I could be that optimistic.
Well, I mean, it's better than looking for it, knowing you'll never find it because you're looking for it.
Mark?
Yeah?
Just so you're aware, we need to get moving, and your wife probably knows you're here.
I don't have a wife.
She's talking to me, Mark. Hi, King David.
She addressed me.
I know. Conversations can be very confusing. Hi, King David kind of looks
confusing.
around.
People are talking to me. I'm just going to walk out in front of everybody with the sword.
Mark.
Tuck goes walking up to a couple of cars sitting in the street, and he's like, looks around, he's like, where the fuck is everybody?
I have no idea.
You know what, Ray?
No, sorry, go ahead.
Right, these are going to be very unimportant people, so I don't think you're going to make me roll. I'm just going to look at a car. Where's that car's owner? I don't have to know their name. I just have to know something about them. Where's that car's owner?
They're
Oh my
not
God.
here.
No, but like, are they still
They're
existing?
not here, huh?
They still exist, or I can't find them at all?
You can't find them at all.
How
The
about that
car?
car?
Look, oh wait, sorry. The car has no owner.
How about that car?
Has no owner.
The next car.
Has no owner.
The groundskeeper to this temple.
There was never a groundskeeper to this temple. It's a library.
The person who cherishes this temple most.
There never existed a person. Wait, no. They're dead. They've been dead for a long time.
The person who currently lives that cherishes this temple the most.
That person's never existed.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe if we're in a pocket reality, because like nobody seems to exist but us. That car doesn't have an owner.
The
That
wisp
car doesn't have
dances
an
from
owner?
David over into you to you, Rose, and it's like it like goes through a couple of cars and then it like whisks down the street and then it comes back to you and it whisks down the street and comes back to you.
Rose is going after the wisp down the street. Come on, Mark.
I'm gonna go down the street.
Okay.
Wait, Ray.
Yes.
Open one of the car's doors.
That's what Tuck's been doing. He's been checking car doors.
Are there keys?
No. You check another car?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep checking cars.
As you check into the car, you basically discover that there about the third car, you see that there's keys in the ignition.
Oh, cool. Turn, get in the car and turn the ignition.
The ignition cranks over, but the car won't start. And you notice that the gas gauge is on E. And when you got in the car actually no, the battery barely clicks over, just enough to get the gauges to come on, so we can read the fuel's on E, but when you try and turn on, it does that clicky noise of a dead battery. And you realize that the car may have run itself out of gas. And then sat there with the key in the on position with the headlights on or the lights on or whatever, and running the radio until the battery died.
Mark, is everything okay?
Yeah, it's just my car's dead.
My car is dead.
Okay.
Hydrate.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the keys from the car and put them in my pocket.
You now own a car.
I'm gonna take a picture.
It's a
of the license.
Toyota Tercel. It's a nice one though.
Mark, let's
Yep.
continue following the wisp.
All right, I'm gonna continue following the wisp.
The wisp is going down Loyola Street. It keeps on going through cars and coming back in front of you. You guys are trotting along. You run all the way down Loyola Street. It takes you like maybe about 5 minutes, and you get down to the actual Pontchartrain Expressway. And you keep on.
Ray,
Hmm.
if I just try to shift anything into the Umbra,
Okay.
are we actually in the real world right now, or are we in some sort of like Umbral
You're in the real
realm?
world.
Okay, just checking.
You
Yeah.
do when you shift your senses into the Umbra. There are no spirits.
That's not normal either.
What?
No people, no spirits.
No spirits at all. Not even things like Famor or anything like that. There's nothing.
She is going to look at the sky to see if there's any birds flying through.
None.
Oh, boy.
Ray, there was supposed to be some sort of storm here, right?
There is a storm over your heads. There's just
Okay.
no rain falling and there's no wind at the ground.
Shift my sight into the Umbra,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to look at what the storm looks like in the Umbra.
The exact same. It's kind of looks like heat lightning when the clouds go really, really red and lightning is slamming from cloud to cloud, but super high up. It's also huge.
That's not normal. Is there lightning, like heat lightning, going on in the real world too?
Yep. As you're shifting back, a huge bolt goes through the umbral clouds. as you ship back your vision back, you see the same bolt as happening in the real world at the same time.
Okay.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
get
we're
the
probably
general
in trouble.
idea that the cloud penetrates multiple layers of existence.
I think we should pick up our pace.
Yep. Agreed.
Tuck's like, after a few minutes, you hear a car, and you see a car comes driving up the street, and it's like a big giant Ford F-150. And
Of course
Tuck's
you'd find it.
and Tuck's like leans, puts his head out the window, and he's like, "Hey, I finally
What?
found one that had enough fuel and enough gas and had the battery that worked. I stole a battery from another car to get this in the run." He's like, "This one works,
Okay.
and plus it's my favorite color.
Red.
It's mainly rust.
Oh,
It's an old beat up truck. It's like almost cashed out."
I am concerned. Are you sure this isn't going to fall apart on us, Tuck?
Like, look, he looks at you and he's like, "Would you get in the car, princess?"
That is not my title.
"Oh, well, Duchess of saying assy things to her friends who are found on a fucking car."
Countess. I'm below Duchy.
"I'll say you're below Duchy. Duchy." Finn's like, "Tuck!" He's like, "You haven't fixed him yet? You said you were going to make sure that he was better." And Finn climbs up into the bed of the truck.
He's always been sassy.
Finn
I'm
holds,
just
Finn
gonna
holds,
look-
holds his hand
I'm
down to
gonna
help
climb
you in
the
the bed of the truck. Huh?
I'm gonna climb in the bed of the truck.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look at Finn and I'm gonna say, she did fix him. She made him have to be sensitive.
Oh, yes, I did. She climbs in the bed of the truck.
And then just making like direct eye contact with Finn. Tuck hugged me of his own accord.
Yep.
Tuck says, "You just literally, the back window of the truck is smashed out as Tuck puts his fist through it. He's like, I was coerced."
Oh,
You know what? You keep
so you
telling
didn't
yourself that.
want to hug
Keep
me?
telling yourself
No, I was coerced into
I'm
having
gonna
to
look at
freely
Rosalind.
hug you.
he didn't want to hug me, so it was all a game.
No, I had to
Nothing.
want to hug you in order to hug you, because that was the rule. So I had to force myself to want to hug you, but I still claim coercion.
But then it sounds like you coerced yourself, which just means that you were talking yourself into doing the thing you really wanted to do.
Oh.
You love me. I'm gonna like get down, like like you really, really love me. Aww.
Tuck's like, "I'm gonna leave him here." He shoves a Nicky.
No, you are
Because
not.
you care about me so much, you don't want to see me get hurt.
Yeah, that's it. See, I got a reason to go now. And he puts it in drive.
But then I couldn't protect you because obviously I'm the thing saving your life.
David jumps. "Are you getting in or am I getting in? I don't understand. I mean, if you guys want to work this out, can we do it after the apocalypse?"
This is how we work things out through the apocalypse.
Oh, as they say in Mean Girls, bitch, get in the car, we're going shopping.
I'll like give a hand out so David can climb up with it, like
He
help him
climbs
up,
up.
and be like, David, come on. If you can't have fun during the apocalypse, you're just not having fun.
David just like, "Tuck, would you please get us to wherever we're going? Follow the wisp." And the wisp is like in front of the truck going down the street, and Tuck just like floors it. Everyone in the bed of the truck tumbles around. You notice as you fall over in the truck, you notice there's no tailgate as you go rolling towards the back of the
Oh
truck.
my god, there's no back of the truck. There's no back of the truck.
I'll grab people to keep them from falling out.
All right. So he heads down Calliope, crosses over to Simmons Boulevard, and then he starts driving like a madman into the city. And eventually the Wisp is like leading you along. You go down, go south down Louisiana, and you head up into a big. Oh, we're being raided. Hey, Graham.
Graham!
Thank you so much for the raid. And you end up at a huge, like, it takes up like almost 2 city blocks, but it's a big medical facility called the Turo Infirmary, and it is a big, huge multi-tiered building that has a lot of entrances in the front of it, and across the street from it there is like almost like a big apartment complex of like doctors' offices in this red brick building. The main building that takes up an entire city block is pretty much probably looks like it was built in about the early 80s, late 70s. It's that type of architecture, very blocky, white stucco everywhere and everything like that. And so you guys pull up to there, and the Wisp goes run. You guys are on how's it headed? Britannia Street? Britannia Street. You guys are on Britannia Street, but the Wisp is like going into the building. Oh, and back out of the building. But then the Wisp goes into the building and then kind of like stops, and then it like this kind of lets down on the ground, and that's the safest place it can take you to.
Is outside the hospital.
Yep. It doesn't want you to go inside the hospital.
Mark, why does it have to be a hospital?
I don't know. I mean,
I hate hospitals.
oh, you hate them?
Yeah.
Finn kind of like jumps down out of the truck and he says, I mean, I guess we're supposed to go here though, right?
The Wisp isn't going in the building.
Well, the Wisp can't take us anywhere
dangerous.
dangerous. So,
Yep.
But it obviously was indicating we need to go into the building, but then it sat down on the sidewalk. So I guess that means that anywhere in the building is officially dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And Finn kind of sits there and says, so it's totally a trap?
Probably.
Is anything ever not a trap?
I mean, I once got donuts and it was perfectly fine.
So one time, it was not a trap.
Oh, and I remember distinctly that Rose and I had lots of sex and nothing bad happened.
I'm sorry, what?
It wasn't a trap. You could have killed me. I was very vulnerable at that point.
I mean,
She is just covering her face with her hand, and her ears, like the tips of her ears, are like a bright red. Like,
I'm just gonna look at Finn. Didn't you like swear an oath after that? So isn't that sort of like a forever tying to yourself to her kind of a thing?
Yeah, but it hurt. The breaking the oath is a big, serious thing, but you still could have killed me. I mean,
Yeah, but here's the thing, though.
Oh,
You could have
no.
lied to me when making that oath.
Finn kind of stops and he's like walking towards this staircase and he stops and he goes like, turns around and looks at you and he says, you give me, number one, that really fucking hurts. Number two, you gave me a hell of a lot of credit. He says, I don't know anyone who can lie under a gas.
Need I remind you, you did lie to me. You disguised yourself as somebody else when you were taking stuff out of my home.
I disguised myself because I was trying to find out what type of person you were, because apparently I was being betrothed to you. I did not try and manipulate you in any way, shape, or form. I was just learning who you were.
But you weren't betrothed to her anymore. She lost all that stuff because she wouldn't do the betrothal, which is the only reason
why I wanted to find out who she was and what.
But she was no longer your betrothed. She was your ex-betrothed.
And if I remember correctly from Mark, you two used to party and you used to say bad things about me, according to Mark.
Finn looks at you and he's like, really, Mark?
I didn't know who you were when she said that she was talking to you. It's not like she said, hey, my ex-betrothed, this guy, Finn, in San Francisco. She was just like, I was like, who are you talking to? She's like, Finn in San Francisco. I was like, I knew a Finn. And then she was like, oh, okay. And then she just started talking to me about her Finn. And I was like, oh, I think that might be my Finn. And then, it just
Your
kind of
Finn?
somehow came up.
Did we date? I do not remember this.
You were betrothed, and then you were ex-betrothed. You were at one time her Finn, and then you weren't.
Okay, so, but I'm still trying to detect when I became your Finn, but that's beside the point.
Also, the tracking device. I think that's what they call it. It's called a tracking device, right? I think it's called a tracking device in my locket.
The locket is we're magical.
I mean, I LoJack everyone, and I don't have to even give them a locket. So, like, actually, if you're gonna get mad at him for that, you have to be like a million times madder
I
at me for what
gave
I'm
you
doing.
a locket,
Mm-hmm.
which means that I can track the locket because it was a gift given out of love that bonds us together.
That was you gave it to me before we even sealed anything. So no.
So what are you saying, that I can't fall in love with you before I make an oath to you?
She's gonna vibe check him.
Ooh.
She's vibe checking him.
I just want to make sure one thing. Vibe check does not mean hit him upside the head with a 2x4, right?
Correct.
Okay. So what are you rolling?
Darn, I have this all wrong.
I've been doing it wrong for
hard
so
will you
long.
vibrate upon impact?
My vibe check is just throwing coffee in their faces. Am I doing this wrong? Like I thought.
She is trying to figure out if he's lying in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, well, the answer is yes.
Thank you, Mark.
Jonathan's like, why check? We know. Duh.
Jonathan's like, is Finn breathing still? Oh, he's
Then
lying.
yes, he's lying.
He's talking.
If
Sure.
he's still blonde, then he's lying.
Then he's lying.
I'm
Oh,
trying to
shit.
figure out what I need to roll.
Finn's kind of like, are we gonna see Milagros? And he goes like this, and his hair's red.
Trying to figure out what to
Damn.
roll.
Okay, so you're going to be rolling, more than likely, you're going to be rolling your either your wits or probably your wits. And then you're going to be rolling anything from subterfuge if you're trying to see if he's lying.
I don't have that on.
Okay,
Yeah, I have that on. Okay.
Okay, so you have etiquette.
I'm gonna do etiquette because I
yeah.
have Faye. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do etiquette, so
Got it.
that makes me have a dice pool of 8.
Gotcha. And by the way, Liz, he can't be behind. He's died a bunch. That gives him brownie points for days.
Oh dear God.
Oh, Jessica, are you giving that to M for the lend a hand?
I wouldn't even waste it.
For Rose? Oh God. Then you can have it for later. Someone bought it for you either way.
Yeah. What was the difficulty?
The difficulty is a 7.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 successes.
Mm-hmm.
He is not lying.
'Kay.
He is also covering up something, but it's not a lie. He is. Got it. And this is because you have that empathic connection with him.
Mm-hmm.
He is doing everything he can to cover the fact that he is absolutely terrified because you all are going into yet another situation where everyone can die.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing he's trying to figure out is how to get you the fuck out of there. How to talk you into leaving.
Finn,
Finn's like, yes.
I'm not a damsel.
Never said you were. You can like literally burn down half the city or something like that.
Then why are you terrified and gonna try to convince me to leave?
Oh, why don't you stay out of my head? That's very rude.
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
He says, all I will say is that I think we may have, and he gestures to the both of you, sacrificed enough. And maybe other people can take point on this for once.
So we're just gonna sit up here and wait where our friends may possibly die down there. If they're here. If they're here. I don't even know where they are.
Finn says, we know where they are because the list says they're here.
I
And he
was
says,
looking for the art case.
And no, I know you're looking for the art case. Well, okay, sorry. Yeah, we know the art case is here. But I was also going to say that I am afraid of losing you of losing Tuck, of maybe having to miss Mark for an hour before he somehow magically comes back to fucking life.
I've never died. You've died 3 times.
Yes, Mark, and I'm sure you learn how to defeat death because you watch me die 3 times.
Oh, well, actually, I do learn things very well from watching other people do it. So now I'm probably really good at not dying because I've got to watch you do it 3 times. So I'm getting better at avoiding these things.
There you go. See, I told you.
And Rose, it's your fault. I told you not to bring him because we're going to have to protect him. And now you're the one stuck protecting him. We could have left him. And then he wouldn't have died 4 times.
I've died. Apparently, I've died 3 times. Why are you killing me?
I'm not. You're killing yourself by coming along. I told you you're not equipped for this. I don't know why you keep coming to things you're not equipped to deal with.
Probably because his sword and his armor got stolen.
Finn's
Oh my gosh.
I don't.
I could give him a sword and he still wouldn't be able to handle this.
I'm not
I'd
a
let him borrow my
swordsman.
blade, but he's not worthy of wielding it. And he still couldn't handle this.
I'm not a swordsman, Mark.
I know.
I'm
You're
a
like
sorcerer.
a talker playboy person, and that's not what this is about.
Wait, are you trying to say I can swing a sword better than you? And I do magic and everything, and I can swing a sword better
Yes,
than
you're
you?
better than him. I don't know why this is
you,
even like a debate.
Finn is like, so now I've been dressed down by a cat. Great. Great.
You got dressed down by the best cat. If you want to
Thank
be
you.
insulted, I'll have a lesser cat come dress you down. They could do that too.
Could we get Emery's cat?
Why don't we
Let's
just
get
go
Emery's
get
cat.
our
Just
items?
like a cat.
Why don't we go get our items and get the hell out of here? Okay. And no, I wouldn't let our friends die, and I wouldn't.
I'll take point. I'll make sure the friends don't die. Just don't die yourself. I'm gonna like start leading the group in.
And Finn, and Tuck kind of like says, I guess I'll make sure the cat doesn't die. And he goes
No,
walking
you
in
make
behind
sure
Tuck.
Finn doesn't die. I can take
He's
care
like,
of
wait!
myself.
Remember, I fucking love you. So shut the fuck up and let me protect your ass. Now move!
Ah,
And he slaps you on the butt with his sword.
And I'm just gonna like look at him and be like, "You love me? You take care of Finn, the one that could actually die. I'll be fine."
He's like, oh no, that's not the way it's going to work. When people love each other, they take care of each other. Now get your ass in there.
Oh, no. You want to know how it works? It works like this, buddy. Swear to me that you will protect Finn and do what I say.
I'm already oath bound to him and Rose, dumbass.
Actually, you know what? Speaking of which, Tucker, you're gonna be with us.
Okay.
Okay.
And High King David's like, does it always take this long for you guys to do anything? It's no wonder I was stuck in fucking Denmark forever.
Okay,
If
we
I
got
didn't come
caught
get
by
you,
a
you'd
bunch
still
of
be stuck in
spiders.
Denmark.
Yes,
I'm the one
yes,
that saved you. Me. Nobody else is looking for you. I found you. I'm not even full-blooded Fae, and I went looking for you. None of your own people came for you. I did. Me. And you won't even acknowledge it. I got called a half-breed and an abomination, and I still put my ass on the line for you. And this is the way you think me? Oh my God! No wonder nobody came looking for you. I'm just gonna march myself up.
Do you guys know why we're gonna get caught? It's because of Mark.
Wow.
Mark is the reason that we're gonna get caught just because he's yelling at us.
So loud.
or it'll be all of the attention is focused on Mark and we're fine.
Rose is like,
Oh my god.
clapping.
King David's watching Mark march through the building, and he turns around and he looks at the rest of you. Is he always that way?
I mean, it is a point you to disrespect him, and she'll follow after Mark.
David kind of stops. He kind of stops and just like, oh, I guess I did.
Yeah. You know what? You can totally make it up to him.
Oh, okay. How? I'm dying to hear this one.
He wants to be a knight.
Oh, is that it?
And probably a other slew of things that he wants, but that is a you and him conversation.
Okay. We'll have the conversation if we all live through this.
We're gonna live.
We're gonna live.
Ray,
Yes.
when I get to the hospital door,
Okay. So basically, what it is there's a narrow hallway that
no,
the
the
staircase.
door.
No, I'm describing it. There's a narrow hallway that looks like it's like some kind of back entrances, and the hallway goes down a little bit, and then to the right-hand side, there's a door, and at the end of the hallway, there's a door that says maintenance.
No, I'm at the big entry door.
There's no big entry door on the side of the building.
Oh, okay, fine. The maintenance door.
There you go. You go to the maintenance door.
I am going to kick the door in, and I'm going to partially shift so that just my foot is in Krynos when I smash this door down. I want it flying down the hall.
So you're using the big boot, is what
Maybe.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a strength and brawl roll.
I'm just a little bit angry right now, and
I
I want
think
to
you
take it out
are.
of the door.
I think you are. And while Mark is bashing the shit out of a door, why don't we start the raffle tickets giveaway? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hit a button on my screen, and you guys are going to see a command come up in chat. Follow the command, put in the keyword !mommy in chat, and you guys will get your raffle tickets. Remember, followers get 1 raffle ticket, subscribers get 2 raffle tickets, and this month we're giving away... Oop, that's Astaroth. This month we're giving away... That was last month's mini. Where'd he go?
Oh, mommy.
Yeah, so where is mommy? There she is. And this month we're giving away... The frickin' frick.
Mommy, please.
Where'd she go?
Please, mommy.
I swear it was just on here. On second thought, I'm just going to bring it in. So this week we're giving away a mini that is from Archvillain Games' latest mini collection. Well, not latest, but Archvillain Games mini collection that is... Oh, here she is. Aha, I found her. This is from the Bloodright Red Rain series by Archvillain Games. This is Lilith. She is basically a representative of the goddess of vampires. She is standing between 2 pillars. She has that portal behind her that they painted in the blood red, and she is on a 100mm wide base, which is roughly a little over 6 inches wide. The mini itself stands about 9 to 10 inches tall, and the wingspan is close to a foot. But like I was saying earlier, if you're going to use this as a mini on a game table, be very careful. If she falls even once, it is going to break. But we're going to be giving away raffle tickets for this right now.
Break me all day long.
Yes, I know. She could break you in so many pieces. But this is a gorgeous mini. It's 4K quality. You can see there's candelabras on those pillars. They will print out at that quality. And then, so we're going to be giving this away at the end of this month for spooky times. So go ahead and get those keywords put in there. What'd you roll, Mark?
4 successes.
All right. So you go slam the door. The door slams. You hit the door so hard that you hear the metal wrenching. And instead of the door slamming open, the door just goes flying into the building. And the only bad part is the door goes flying in and there's just a wall of inky blackness in front of you.
Shift my vision to the Umbra.
There's a wall of inky blackness in front of you.
That's not normal.
Nope.
I just literally tell everybody that's not normal.
King David comes walking up behind you, and he mumbles something under his breath, and he holds out his hand, and a staff appears in his hand, just out of nowhere, and then light starts radiating off the top of the staff. As the light radiates out, it seems like the blackness is being diffused as it starts turning wispy, and you can see the hallway beyond it. But it only goes like, no matter how bright David makes the shafts, the staff shine, the light only really clears out maybe 20 feet of the blackness. And David's like, I guess that's the best we're gonna get. And he kind of looks at you guys, is like, has anyone encountered anything like this before? I've heard of things like this before, but I've never encountered it.
Well, Vera's dad jumped into a shadow, and it was sort of like this in the sense that, like,
Okay.
it couldn't go away, but I couldn't get to him either.
I understand you think you're explaining something, but who's Vera and who's her dad?
Oh, Vera's our vampire friend, and her dad is her vampire bad friend. Well, I mean, he's her dad, but, like, he's a bad vampire. I mean, most of them are, but Vera's pretty cool.
He looks at you, Rose.
Yes,
Did he say vampire?
he did say that correctly.
You're
She's
hanging
also-
out with a vampire.
She's actually been to the palace in Pacifica.
Well, I really, my palace.
Mab hosted an event there.
Mab invited her in.
Well, guess what happened to Mab?
Oh, you know what? That reminds me. I'm going to put the sword away for a second. I'm going to pull my phone out, and I'm going to set a reminder.
David.
I'm just going to scroll to a day and a year from now and put a reminder in there. You know what this is for is what it says, and the alarm's supposed to go off. And I'm going to put that back in my pocket.
Wow.
Your Highness, we all had to go. Somebody was impersonating you.
Oh, wonderful. Great.
Mhm.
I murdered
Look,
him and
I
erased
know-
him from existence.
We will get to all this when we have time. I understand that.
Mhm.
I'm going to
We
try
might
and
as well
keep my
warn you.
shock. Yes.
About the other two
More. Well, the two who?
people,
People who?
my friends, and you will respect them as such.
Wonderful. You have great friends here. Mark is unusual, but still rings true to our kind.
One of them is a mage. Well, two of them. One of them is one of my sources.
You're hanging out with a group of people who literally call us copper tops.
I've been nothing but respected.
I've never called.
I can call you Copper Top. I haven't.
No, you can't.
Top.
And then the other one is a werewolf.
Okay, Fiona.
No,
Okay. Well, I mean, werewolves can be respected.
she's Black Fury.
Wait,
You
respect the werewolf more than me?
I didn't even know there was tigers until you showed up. Well, I didn't know until you showed up.
Lion.
Sorry,
Oh my
we're
God,
lion.
got the
I have not.
species wrong. Oh my God.
I literally just like
Oh
gasped
my
turn
God.
around
You
and
were-
walk into the
I
hospital.
am just not
Mikey,
doing well
you were
right
just-
now.
You are just racking up your boons with him. You know that, right? You're just racking them up.
Yeah, no, yeah.
At
No.
this point, you should just give him your credit card. And, you know,
Why would I?
Let him drain someone else's accounts for once.
Ray,
Yes.
I'm gonna like go ahead and like extend my little claws since I'm not really in like full Krynos form, and I'm gonna do my sun claws because that's emitting like magical sunlight to see if that does anything in here.
It actually clears out more than the magic light did. The sunglasses are basically real sunlight, right?
Yeah, it counts as sunlight. Yeah.
Okay.
Turn and just kind of glance at David now that I'm clearing out more light, and just keep walking.
It just doesn't get any better for me. I'm having the greatest day ever. So I guess.
you may need to get retrained in etiquette, sir. And
I-
then she goes
Oh my
in.
God. We're gonna go on break. Oh my God. You guys are on fire tonight. I love you very much. So we're gonna take a 15-minute break. So we can get drinks, and we will be back in 50 minutes. And remember, you have 12 minutes left on the timer for the giveaway, so be sure to type in !mommy if you want to get raffle tickets to win that mini. And remember, if you can only get tickets if you follow, and if you follow us, you will be entered to win that set of D&D core books, which we are going to be giving away when we hit 1,000 followers on Twitch. And currently we are sitting at 974. We're almost down to the last 25 to 1K. And I am thinking about adding something more. So if we can get that one last follower tonight, I'm going to add another prize on this evening for 1K.
Ooh.
And as prizes go, it's physically big. So we will talk to you guys in 15 minutes. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Where'd Sphinx go?
Did he teleport?
I just love
He's
it.
eating. He's doing the dinner part of dinner in the game.
I was just like, because I heard Sphinx go, ready to go. And I said, I went to hit the button. I looked up and he was fucking gone.
We should take turns doing the dinner part of dinner in a game. Like, we should just pass it like a baton in a race.
You take a bite now.
Normally,
You take a bite now.
eating at the same time.
Let me message my son to tell him let the damn dog in because the dog is barking like crazy. All right, so you guys were on the street outside the building. Mark kicked in the door. Inky blackness rules all. Mark is now has been bringing and producing that sunlight effect, and so are you moving into the room, Mark?
I already moved into the room and then created the sunlight because there was.
Oh,
Already,
I thought you were doing it like outside the door first.
No. There was some dissipation of it for you said about 20 feet, and then David insulted me. I immediately gasped and then turned away from him and walked inside. And then I created my effect, realized it was way better than his, looked over my shoulder at him, and then kept going.
Right? Yeah, no, I got it. You did the cheeky bastard thing. Got it.
So,
right.
So now what I would like to do is I'd like to kind of drag my claws along the wall and almost give off like that Freddy, Jason, Halloween type vibe. Like,
are you like literally like tearing through the freaking sheetrock with your claws?
Maybe.
Fucking vandalizing the hospital
just because hospital.
Just because he's mad. Anyway, so you're raking your claws along the walls. So you come out into the maintenance door, opens up into a hallway area that says maintenance entrance on the other side of the door. You see that the hallway goes left and right. To the left, it seems to be coming out into a very large... Well, actually... No, it's close enough. So it seems to be the room obviously gets bigger. The hallway ends, and it's bigger into some bigger lobby area. And then to the right, it goes down, and you can see that there is other doors to other offices. Probably looks like it's all clerical stuff. You know, one door says billing and everything like that. But there is no signs of anyone in here. There is also there's like no people. There's no noise. There's no anything, and the darkness is just everywhere inside the building. So what are you gonna do? You can, like I said, you can go left to check out the other administrative rooms that are down that way, or you can go right, go that to check out the administrative rooms, or you can go left and go towards the big lobby area. And David's like, David looks around and he says, let's just take a moment. And he says, Mark.
I'm going to turn over to look at David.
I am very sorry for having disregarded your contributions to saving me from my enemy.
Thank you.
He says, I would like to give you something that in no way, shape, or form can adequately express what you have done for me and my kingdom, but it would be a small token that I can give unto you, and that none can take away unless you betray the Fae.
Oh, this sounds like it comes with strings.
It's a gift of the Fae, Mark. He says, would you willingly accept such gift?
I am part Fae too. You never blindly accept a gift without knowing what the strings are.
The strings are I will make you a knight of the realm. As such, you would be honor bound to help defend the realm in any times of need. But also, you would be granted safe passage in any of my kingdom's many, many areas. You could ask for hospitality and it would be granted. And if you do not have one, as a knight of the realm, you would be granted a dempsey, a small bequeathment within fairy that would be your realm.
Oh, well, I have a realm. It just doesn't have fairies in it.
If you have a realm, then we could establish a connection from your realm into ours.
And what's the title that comes with this?
A knight of the realm.
No, that's not the title I'm looking for. But thank you.
What title are you looking for, Mark?
Well, I don't think you're going to give it to me, so it's probably irrelevant.
You're right, Mark. I apologize that my gift was not worth.
No, I'm not trying to diss your gift, but I mean, if I accept it, I'll never get the thing I eventually want, so I'd rather wait.
You don't have to explain to me. Very well. Shall we continue on?
Yep. Into the darkness we go.
So, which way are you guys going? Lobby or hall?
Should we
I'm gonna look at the fire map. If you go down the hall, what does the hall eventually lead to?
The hall actually ends up in a set of windows that look outside. It's kind of like one of those long corridors in a building that, instead of ending at a wall that is like they ended at a wall that tags on the buildings, they basically ended in a wall of glass. And as you get closer, you can see that the light you're shedding from your claws is going outside the windows as it breaks through the shadows.
And that hall, the lobby then. Yeah, if I can see all the way over there, then I'm going to go to the lobby.
No, you have to go walk all the way down the hall to see that.
Oh.
I thought you were walking down the hall. That's why I was describing what you were seeing.
No, I was looking at the fire map to see what the fire map would show.
Oh, yeah, the fire map just shows a hallway ending in a wall down there.
Oh, yeah, then probably the lobby. I mean, okay. I don't need to go.
The lobby from the fire map, you see the lobby and their lobby is the opening lobby for the hospital entryway. There is like a little terrarium in the middle, and then if you go on the other side of the terrarium, there's the rest of the hall. There's the rest of the hallway coming off the lobby, and to the left and right of the hallway there are elevators, and to both sides of the banks of elevators there's stairways that go up and down, that go up into the rest of the building.
Okay. Push the button for the elevator.
Nothing happens. As you guys are walking over there, you see that there is all the shadows dissipate, except there is a archway just standing there, made of shadow, that is not being dissipated by the light.
Push the elevator button again.
Nothing happens.
Go to the other side of the hallway where the elevators are and push that elevator button.
Nothing happens.
The elevators are broken.
Well, stairs?
Go to the fire stairwell.
Okay. You open the door?
Yeah.
As you walk in with your claws out, you can see that the staircase is leading up, and it's full of darkness. As you raise your hand over your head, the darkness does dissipate, but the stairway is full of darkness.
Where do you want to go? Like, where's your thing?
I don't know.
The wisp won't lead us in here. It can't lead us into danger. Finn says, does anyone have anything of anybody's?
I do.
Tuck's,
One more.
Tuck's walks around the archway, and he's like, "What the fuck is this thing?
Don't touch it.
I'm not touching it. It's a fucking mouse hole into fucking nothing."
No, didn't you see Harry Potter? Like it's like the you fall in there, you die. Oh my gosh.
So someone just left a death arch sitting in the middle of the fucking dark. Actually, that's kind of ingenious. That's fucking brilliant. I wonder how many we just barely fucking missed.
Well, you're not very perceptive, so probably many, but I'm very perceptive, and so there were no others, and I can tell you that with absolute certainty.
Is this how you're going to treat a loved one now? Is this type of abuse what I can expect?
You don't love me. You already told me that you did everything begrudgingly, so please don't pretend like you actually care. And I'm not going to pretend like I actually care about you.
You just got through saying that I loved you on the street.
You do love me, but not like in a healthy way. This is a very like unhealthy dynamic, and I don't need it in my life.
Rose
if I
is
wanted
just
this,
sitting on the floor.
I could go back to Seattle and I could get plenty of this from anywhere I wanted it, but I don't. So take your broken little heart somewhere else, maybe through that archway if that's what it needs to happen, and leave me alone for a while.
Tuck is looking at you, and he's looking at you, and he's like, just like, gets this odd look at his face, and he just turns around and walks away.
Okay.
And Finn's like, that was really, even if you guys are just playing around, that was really harsh, Mark.
He has been mean to me for days.
But that's Tuck. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. I'm just saying.
He doesn't care at all. He thinks that I'm some stupid person he doesn't care about. He doesn't even care about what I say. I could say anything to him and it wouldn't faze him. He does not care at all about me.
What do you mean by you could say anything and it wouldn't faze him? Because, you're one of the few people he bothers to talk to. You, me, and Rose. I don't think I've really seen him talk to much of anyone else.
Vera.
Yeah, but he's got the hots for her.
And Pandora.
Yeah, but Pandora can fight. So.
And Emery's.
Rarely talks to Emery's, rarely talks to...
He has talked to Emery's quite a bit, but you probably don't remember that because you died a lot.
Oh my god, I died a lot. Okay. God, whoever was driving this body before sucked at it because they died a lot.
Yeah, your twin.
That's you. You started driving the body, and you drove it into the first decision that led to all of the other dominoes falling down.
Yeah, you died the first time. The dragon was in you after we got we had to use your twin soul for things, and then your twin died, and now you're back again after the dragon left your body. But we're gonna get back to it. And Rose is pulling out the pocket watch because it is technically an artifact, and so that means it's ensorcelled. So I am going to. She is going to look at it. Is there any other reflective surfaces in this room?
In the lobby?
Yes.
There is a water, like Marissa, I said there's a little terrarium, so there's a water feature in the terrarium.
So basically she is using the pocket watch that she is going to do, but it is going to show what she is seeing on that terrarium.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, she is going to focus as on her painting case because I could do it on there. So basically what I am doing, it is Tattletale.
Mm-hmm.
It is basically describe distant scenes through an object or individual that she's ensorcelled for this project. Okay. So basically with it, it'll give an idea where the box is.
Got it. Kind of like the little ball, but it shows you where it is. Does it show you how to get there or just where it is?
It'll just show a distant scene, so what's going on where it is.
Okay.
So I am going to roll. The more successes are better. What is the difficulty?
It's actually an 8 for this.
Okay. Prop. That is that. And then Suse. Yay. All the Suse.
All the Suses.
Three successes. So with that,
what do you get?
That's it. Doesn't the seer receives 1 clue or omen per success rolled. So
So
I got 3 successes.
the first clue you get is that number one, it's clues, right? You don't actually get direct information, just clues.
Signpost, clues, or omens.
Okay. The first thing you get is a vision of an island in the middle of a sea of darkness. The next thing you get is you can see the case, the armor, and the sword sitting on top of what looks like a silver tabletop.
Okay.
And you got 3 successes, right?
Yes, I get 1 more.
Gotcha. The last clue you get is the archway, the black archway.
So she'll close the pocket watch, so the scene on like the terrarium or anything reflective, it just shuts off.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot use this again. I can only do this once per.
Sorry.
Yes.
All right. So those were your clues.
It's through this stuff is through the archway.
Tuck kind of like pops his head out. It's like the fucking archway that's gonna kill us.
It's on an island. It's all of our stuff is on a silver table. Which since it's by itself in a sea of darkness, it's kind of a trap in my opinion, I feel like.
Well, that's probably why they took it. And Finn says, well, if we need to get there, and that's the only way we can go, then I guess we have to go. And Finn kind of looks over and he says, but we don't know what's through that arch.
No, I didn't see anything what was on the other side.
He says, do you, and Finn looks at Hacking David and says, do you have anything you can do to summon your self-aid? It is not that I do not consider us to be a proper guard for you, but at the same time, I would love to have more protection for you.
I mean, he should. We're in the Kingdom of Willows. This is where his wife resides.
And David his head just whips around to you, and it's the first time you've seen, except for when the same look he has in his face now is the one he had when he killed Mab. And he says, we will not summon my wife. She already knows we're here, I guarantee it.
Okay, why are you so pissy about your wife?
Because I was with her. There's
So
only one way I could have been poisoned.
Okay, so I'm just gonna assume here, because here's the common thing that people get about my house is there's a lot of stereotyping and a lot of negative views on my house. Are you saying this because she's house islanded or just because she is your wife?
I'm saying this because after I drank what she gave me, I was rendered nearly unable to move.
Okay.
And several men came in and beat me with iron cudgels, and that's the last thing I remember.
So you don't have the whole story.
What else is there?
Okay, here's the thing. Who gave your wife the glass?
She was making tea.
Okay, here's the thing. Where did she get the tea from?
Don't.
Who washes the dishes? Who does? It could have been anyone.
He says, if it could have been anyone, then why did she not do anything when those men came in to beat me down?
Maybe
Wife
she could.
is no weakling.
Because we have our own laws that we can't kill our own.
She didn't have to kill anyone to stop them.
Or maybe you don't know. Did you see her there while they were beating you? Or did she have a malicious smile? What?
And to use your same logic, you don't know that she didn't. Anyone present.
So until further notice, she's not guilty.
She's not innocent either.
I guess you don't know how things run in the human realm.
Don't.
No.
Don't
I think the
you-
state. I think this. Okay, so I watched this on a thing called Law and Order. So it's innocent and prove it until proven guilty.
Okay. And
Emrys
you,
would have some things to say about that.
you do you
Blank.
do understand how things work in the Fey realms.
Yes. Also, it was 100% Alfred that showed her Law and Order.
He says, "What are
I know how they work in the Fey realm. You're
what-
innocent or guilty, depending on what the High King decides, until you're proven otherwise.
most of the time, yes.
Yeah, and usually you don't get time to prove that you're the other thing because there's an execution before that happens.
Mm-hmm.
He
Which
says,
I still think is the dumbest thing ever. And she'll just get up.
Or trial by combat. Trial by combat's always fun.
that is an option. Are we going to go through the arch now?
She's already walking.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stop Tuck for a second. Tuck, I'm sorry. I was just really annoyed with High King David, and I took it out on you, and that wasn't fair. I'm sorry, and then I'm gonna walk through the arch.
As you turn to walk through the arch, Tuck grabs your shoulder and turns you around, and he looks at you and he says, "If you ever speak to me like that again, I'm going to break your knees so you can walk backwards like the bastard you're acting."
Aw, and then they'll heal up, and I'll stab you, and you won't heal. I'm gonna walk through the arch.
I swear I'm gonna kill the fucking cat.
This is how we know it's actual friendship, though.
No,
Absolutely.
literally.
Just
This
saying.
is
Absolutely.
amazing.
100%.
Mark, did you threaten Tuck?
No,
Okay.
he threatened me, and I told him that
Finn-
I would do
Finn
worse.
walks-
Really now?
Finn walks up to Tuck and he says, "Tuck, did Mark threaten you?" And he says, "No, not until after I threatened him." And he's like, "So are you guys dating?" And Tuck like shoves Finn through the fucking hole portal. And right before Chuck steps through, and Tuck goes, "I hope that doesn't kill him." And he walks through himself.
Oh. Wait, he threatened you?
So you guys are
Yeah,
standing.
but I mean, it's not like a real threat. I mean, I heal.
You guys are standing in front of the room that I described to the others. You're in the room that I described to the others. You can see Pandora. You were actually still holding that gentleman up, right?
Yeah.
So you can see Pandora has her hands out, and there's a gentleman standing on her hands who's manacled to it. You can see the 8 other pillars around the circle. You can see in the center of that. You can see that whole pit that's full of that rolling blackness, and you can see that in the center of it there's that one island. And there's one of those silver towers standing on the center of that island. Hang on one second. Sorry. Doggy's a brat. But there's that silver tower standing in the center of it. You can see that there's someone manacled to every single one of the pillars. They're hanging there. But there is manacles hanging down from the pillar facing you guys. But there's no one manacled on the island.
Rose is gonna do a thing.
What's she gonna do? Well, actually, first off, I need you guys, the rest of you, I need you guys to make me a perception roll. Just straight perception.
What's awareness?
Oh, yeah. It actually should be what's alertness, I think.
Yeah,
What's the
alertness. Is that
difficulty?
for everybody else or just
Just everybody else who's already in the room.
cool?
The difficulty is a 7.
I have
Whee!
perception. What's in perception?
Okay, 2 successes for Emrys.
Oh, there's
You don't
alertness.
have alertness?
Okay.
Yeah,
I
there's
found
alertness on there. Okay.
I was looking in the wrong
2.
place.
Got it.
Uh,
Wits alertness.
What's the
7.
One away from 3, but 2.
I have 3.
3, and how Pandora?
I got 1.
Okay, so all of you know you don't hear anything, but you just feel suddenly like there's other presences with you, and you all look around. You can see that standing back where you guys originally were standing when you came into the room is Mark, Rose, Tuck, Finn, and another gentleman.
Shit, you guys have to get out of
No,
here.
no,
have to
you
get out
guys
of
have
here
to leave.
now.
You guys have to leave
Go. You
right,
have to
right
go.
now. Right
My
now.
stuff is here.
You have to go.
They want you. Whoever put these people here want you here too. Look at, and I point to the empty columns.
And right then, as you
God damn it.
right
God
then,
damn it.
you guys see them. Pandora, you're holding that guy up, he's looking out in the center, and of the rolling blackness, and he's all you hear him say, Pandora, under his breath is, "It's too late."
Fuck.
And you guys hear a very deep, but it's a voice comes out, and at one time it's like a resonance that fills the room, but at the same time it's like a whisper just passing by your ear that you barely hear, and you just hear a voice saying, "Thank you."
Oh no. Immediately draw Excalibur.
Excalibur rings out and is glowing with a massively intense light. And standing behind you is a humanoid figure. There are tendrils of the black dark. He's standing on the edge of the pit, and there are tendrils of the black darkness that are coming out of the pit. And they're basically seem to be connecting him back to the shadows below. He has facial features, but you can only really see them when he looks to the left or the right, because he's just all darkness. It looks like he's wearing a suit, but sometimes it looks like he's just wearing a t-shirt, and it keeps on changing as the darkness moves and shifts. Sometimes he's like over 6 feet tall. Sometimes he's like barely 5 feet tall. It just keeps on changing. Especially like as your different light sources hit it, it changes and adjusts all the time. Sometimes it looks very masculine. Sometimes it looks feminine. Sometimes it looks very androgynous. And the voice that comes out is very neutral in tone.
Desire, is that you?
Neither masculine nor feminine. And it says, "I will grant you all one boon."
If, or but.
No buts.
Bullshit.
I don't know.
What are you?
Nothing.
I figured that out.
Yep.
Love that.
That sounds about right.
And I have taken back much.
We know this.
Yes, we've seen this.
And with every piece I have taken, I have learned. I have learned what it means to be one of you. With each one of you that I brought back into nothing. He says, "I will grant each one of you one boon."
Is you dispersing yourself and leaving this plane of existence an option?
I am nothing.
I understand that. That's not what I asked.
Nothing cannot be something.
So you can't leave, or you?
Nothing cannot
Well,
leave.
oh my god. She just looks at Emery. I hate it here.
Yep.
This is stupid.
This is stupid. What boon would you have?
Is this before or after you take everything from us? Just curious.
Nothing
Because,
can
like, if
take
you keep-
anything from you.
Yeah, I understand. If you keep growing, etc., taking over the rest of the world or making darkness,
There's nothing
following
in
everyone.
darkness.
I'm well familiar with darkness, and there's multiple things in darkness, so you're wrong.
And he says, if there's something in darkness, then it's not nothing. And he says, and this is not. This is made possible because I have taken things
Mm-hmm.
and given them to nothing.
Can you untake things?
Why would I?
I mean, you're granting us a boon, like I'm just saying.
Do you wish I could make things? Yes.
No, but could you give back the things that you took?
I suppose. What would you want back?
Well, you took some cities, you took some people.
I could grant those. Would they be your domain?
No. Are you just going to keep taking other things if you put those back?
No. I'm going to take. I don't take anything. I am nothing.
Oh my god. Once again, it's Emery's. I hate it.
Yeah. Why are you doing any of this?
Better question.
Because it needs to be returned to as close to the state of nothing as it can be.
Why do you
Why?
think that?
Because being something is to be in pain.
But being something is also to live, to experience, to love. Why would you deny that of creation?
When something exists, it can understand this. When nothing exists, it cannot. And that, when you're nothing, is the nearest state to happiness you can achieve.
I would disagree, and I'm certain that everyone here, and I'm going to gesture to both my friends and everyone on the pillars. Pretty sure everyone here would disagree with you. I'm pretty
Because
sure
they are
that the
currently
lives
something.
that the lives that you have, I'm guessing, made disappear beyond these walls would disagree with you. You have robbed them of the choice of understanding what happiness is, and that's not your choice to make.
By your standards, every one of them has felt happiness and felt pain.
That's life.
Which is what we're seeking to correct.
But who gives you that right?
Who gave you the right to take the bliss of nothing from us? Everything that you have is made from nothing.
I don't think there's going to be much reasoning with this entity.
Nothing forced to be something for your existence.
But
can we have anything we want and there'll be no argument over what that is?
I feel like Mark should be the one to just. I feel like.
Oh,
I
here
feel
we
like we'll just
fucking
one up
go.
each other forever.
What were you
It'll be
gonna
Oh,
say,
fine.
Rose?
absolutely.
He can't talk.
We're just
to
gonna
me.
lock them in semantic single combat forever.
It's like in What If. That's kind of the ending I'm hoping for.
Yeah, yeah.
What were you gonna say, Rose?
You're nothingness, right? Are you
Hmm.
actually?
I
Nothing.
cannot be nothing. I must be able to communicate with you. I am
So
something.
you are something.
Mhm.
Yes. So, yet you're able to communicate, so that means you have a soul.
I don't see how that is a logical course of thought.
Do you know anything about Charles Baudelaire,
Hmm.
a well-known poet who wrote a lot of poetry about nothingness?
I don't know why he wasted so much time, but no, I do not.
Let me tell you one of them. The taste for nothingness. Dull soul to whom the battle was once sweet. Hope who has spurned your adore and your fame. Will no more ride you. Lie down without shame, old horse who makes his way on stumbling feet. Give up my heart and sleep your stolid sleep. For you, old rover, spirit sadly spent, love is no longer fair, nor is dispute. Farewell to brass alarms and sighs of the flute. Pleasures give up, a heart grown impotent. The spring, once wonderful, has lost its scent, and time engulfs me in a steady tide as blizzards cover course with their snow. And poised on high, I watch the world below, no longer looking for a place to hide. Avalanche sweep me off within your slide, but nothing is everything.
It is a strong conclusion to a poem that describes the fact that everything was made from nothing.
Creativity came from nothing.
Creativity holds nothing in the shape of something. Creativity is one of the problems.
It
What
is
is
not.
nothing?
Without any of this, love, creativity, anything, there would be no nothing.
Which is
Yes,
bliss.
because what is nothing without the ability to perceive it?
Nothing.
Incorrect.
Nothing does not require perception because it is nothing.
Incorrect. Nothing is a human-made.
It's a concept.
Concept.
It's a construct.
Thank you, Emery's.
I saw where you were going, and I yeah.
The fact is, poets and artists can make things out of nothing and describe what nothing really is. There are thousands upon thousands of art, paintings, and poetry that describe what nothing is and what people view what nothing is. So nothing is something, whether you like to admit it or not.
We seem to be arguing in an impasse. For you are saying what I am saying. We are agreeing. Nothing has been made into something many times.
And is it a bad thing? Because
Have you
you are
ever asked
treating
nothing?
We're asking you now.
I already
Clearly.
told you that the only thing that nothing gets is it gets to exist. And
That's all we ever
overall,
get.
existence, pain.
No, it is not.
It's not just pain.
I didn't say just.
You said
Oh.
pain.
No. It is not pain. It is not. And I honestly, with everything that has been going through, I think I have the most say on this subject matter.
She really would.
It's not.
What is the point of this discussion? I have offered you the boons. What would you take?
Every boon has a cost.
A cost that I will pay
And what is the cost you will pay?
by leaving something.
Which means you are making more of your existence into something.
I'm taking as much back to minimize that which I must endure.
Why, this is my question. Why does everything need to be corrected? Why?
Why does a man who finds himself on fire roll on the ground to put as much of it out as possible?
To not die.
Stop the pain. Death is an after. Death might even be considered release.
Seems awful selfish, wouldn't you think?
Everything is made from nothing. Therefore, I am everything.
So
And
you are
nothing.
both everything and nothing.
But therefore, I can't be selfish.
But you are. You are.
You wish to take the lives that people are living. We didn't ask to be here, but we don't want to leave either. Again, it is not your right to simply take us, to take everything that we are, to take our existence, to take our reality, because you happen to feel that it is incorrect. That is simply supposition. That is an objective, that is a subjective opinion. And yes, while there are some that consider reality and creation to be a very bad idea, looking at you, Douglas Adams,
I'm sorry.
I'd like to think that in general, life creation as a whole is a good thing. And if you wait long enough, we will all become nothing eventually. So why not just be patient? All roads lead to you if you are to be believed anyway.
I am not death. And
I'm not saying that you are.
And death is transition. One
But
state to a next.
In however many billion years it will take, trillion years even, all of existence may end on its own and cease to be. And when things cease to be, what does that make it? Nothing.
Why does the man attempt to put himself out when he's on fire?
Rose is stepping closer.
Again, you mentioned pain, but again, that is self-preservation for the human.
Because the human has limited understanding of what's happening. They only understand they're in pain.
And you have all understanding? You have all understanding of everything? Do you?
I have more understanding.
That doesn't make it any less wrong for you to take what isn't yours.
So you can make anything we want happen? Anything?
If you tell me what it is, I can tell you if I can make it happen.
I thought you were all powerful. You can't make everything happen?
No.
What are your limits?
I never said I was all powerful. I don't know.
Can you leave this place alone? Reality. All together.
Not all of it.
Can you alter some of the rules of reality?
Yes, absolutely.
So could you alter the rules of reality so that when nothing exists in a state of something, it exists in a state of tranquil, euphoric bliss?
I'll turn to Mark. Seems reasonable to me.
I don't know how.
Try.
I have tried to accept this when I was not powerful enough to do anything about it. You look as you look. You have 2 legs, 2 arms, head, body. If I were to take you and put you in a machine that forced you into another shape that was unnatural. And
I'm
then
gonna
leave
just
you
shift
like
into a
that way.
different shape.
And
Why
leave
would you say
way.
that to the were creature?
He says, that's not what I'm discussing, and you understand that. That's natural for you. I am talking about something unnatural. And I
Okay, so
force you into that shape. No matter
right,
how
right,
what
right.
it yes, go ahead.
When he says unnatural,
Mhm.
I'm gonna shift into a humanoid head with one Krynos tooth, like a Glabro ear. I'm gonna go ahead and do
ahead.
like a Krynos
Make
forearm.
me
with
the
the human-
roll. Make me the roll.
I'm just gonna look like a weird monstrosity of like different pieces and different forms.
Yeah, this is pretty difficult, so it's gonna be a 9. Because you're not doing just one thing. You're doing like, I'm gonna pop my left molar out, make it 10 times what it should be.
Beautiful. By the way, Rose has been inching closer.
I know. I got it. I saw the message.
Yep.
So your bottom lip is gonna like be huge. It's gonna be like it's like the
successes.
Nutty Professor. It's gonna be blah.
Wow.
Three successes.
All right. So you can basically make multiple things happen. So you're doing that, and he kind of looks at you and he says, I understand what you want to say, but you understand that what you're saying is a fiction because it still doesn't capture what I'm saying. I could demonstrate, but we're not trying to do that right now.
I'm just gonna shift back to my Glabro, and I'm just gonna be like, so you're powerful enough, or you're not powerful enough to do what I asked.
To leave some of reality the way it is?
To leave all of reality the way it is.
I didn't ask for that. That's what
I
I
did.
asked for.
I did, sorry.
I intended to leave some of reality for. That's why I was offering you boon.
We don't want some of our reality. We don't want. We need this reality. This is where we live. This is where we will eventually die. This is where trillions upon trillions of life forms have made lives.
I am acutely
Grow and evolve into whatever it is that they are meant to be. By you nixing that from existence, you are arresting that progress. You are denying reality of what it could be, of possibility. That's pretty selfish, if you ask me. Simply because you are in pain. Simply because you are in what you perceive pain. You are acting out, lashing out like a child. And that is not okay. That does not bode well for anyone here except yourself as you perceive it.
I don't know what I want to make you understand, and I don't understand. And it like reaches out a hand, and a huge pseudopod of the darkness comes out, arcs over, and hits the ground, like almost with like a splurch noise. And then the pseudopod draws back, and Vera, your sire, is laying there.
Oh, unconscious?
Yep.
Oh,
And she says, and the figure says, he bartered much to try and make me understand. He showed me what he wanted. Safe place for he and his. I thought this is what you would want.
this?
A safe
What is
place.
this?
No, this is just the means to the end. Unfortunately, since This is something I have to abide by some rules.
So just so you're not working with him or listening to him, pointing to Ezekiel.
He worked for me.
Okay, great, but like now you don't need him anymore.
I don't need him any less. I'm nothing.
I
We
I
get
understand. I
I
got
don't
that.
have the ability to do any gestures to the shadows behind him. That.
So just for clarification's sake, you're not gonna just take out the sun.
Ezekiel had requested that.
Don't do that. That
Doesn't
would
the
be bad.
sun kill you?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Why would you want to die?
Well, I did that already. I'm not looking forward to going back. No, it's not that it's going to kill me. It's that they need it. And I'll kind of point to the rest of the group.
We can make other arrangements for them.
No. Why? When it's already there, it's fine. We don't have to change it.
It's there doing what it's meant to do.
Is that your boon?
Is erasing everything Ezekiel asked for an option?
What do you mean by that?
Like, you don't do anything that he asked you to do.
Oh, I'm not bound to honor his wishes anymore. He broke faith. He is now a tool.
He broke faith?
He broke covenant with me.
Explain.
He was attempting to stop me.
Interesting.
You would not be turned.
Interesting.
And he holds up his hand again, and a large pseudopod comes out again, and it hits the ground. And she's there.
Of course.
So are you or are you not capable of granting the boon I was potentially requesting?
And he says, he holds up his hand. Which exact one? You mentioned several now.
I only ever mentioned one.
I'll just gesture to Mark.
You mentioned bringing back people that I had taken away. You mentioned me existing in bliss instead of pain. You mentioned all.
Is it one boon per person or one in
Yes,
general?
it is one boon per person.
I only asked for one thing. They were asking about bringing people back. I never asked for that. I asked if it was possible for you to set it up so that when nothing is something, it exists in a state of tranquil.
I was explaining why I could not.
I don't ever remember you explaining why you could not.
Because you spent more time talking than listening.
I asked a question and you rambled forever.
I'm sorry if it takes a long time to explain something complicated. That does not mean it does not need to be explained.
No, you didn't even answer my question.
You stopped listening.
I did not stop listening.
You started changing yourself into a bunch of different things and distracting yourself, playing with toys, and making every excuse you could to be able to say that I did not explain it.
That is not the case at all.
And you're still doing it now. Denial does not mean that the things did not happen. If you like, we can have Emery's rewind time, and you can see exactly what was said.
Are you capable of making all nothing forever be something?
It's already been happening.
No, you're turning things back into nothing. So if you set it up so that all nothing must forever be something, there would never be nothing again.
That's unfortunately not possible.
Still has to be a balance.
There is.
Not if you continue on your path.
You're correct. The balance is not where it should be. The balance was the accident. The accident something. You like to call it the Big Bang Theory. You like to point out that in the beginning there was nothing. You even have books that start with it. Almost all your legends start with nothing, because they all speak what was done to nothing. It was forced into something. I am the representative of it. I cannot be nothing until this is done.
We do not want nothing. We do not want to be
I understand.
nothing. We want to exist and to continue to exist.
And I have granted you each a boon to allow you to do that.
Do you want to not be in pain anymore?
That would be marvelous.
What if you could put the pain somewhere else? Put it onto something else.
The pain that's the problem. When we are something, it's pain. When nothing is forced into something, it's pain. So if you just put the pain in something else, it's still made of nothing. You cannot remove the pain from something and put it into something and not expect it to affect us. We make up everything else. Therefore, the only way to end that is to take as much back as possible. Now, we have not found a way to take it all back, or we would return it all to nothing.
I would ask that you stop taking things and bring back what you took.
Is that the boon you request?
That you stop and that you give everything you took back? Yes. I would ask that.
It is a mighty boon. We could do that for you.
It is a mighty universe that I live in. And I'd like to keep living in it. And I'd like to keep the universe as it has been. You
actually just did not request back one universe. You requested back all universes. The one thing that is constant across every point of existence, of every plane of reality, of every known outcome of every timeline, is the fact that there is always nothing in it. Therefore, we are the constant across all the multiverses.
And you can continue to be the constant across the multiverse. You will continue to exist, and so will we.
I can grant the boon.
So you will cease and desist and bring everything back.
For one day. And allow you to say goodbye.
That's not what I asked. That is not, you are rewording.
I'm not rewording it at all.
You did.
You
and I'm a fae.
did.
I'm a fae. You reworded it.
And I point to Rose.
And how?
She would know.
My specialty is in contracts.
No, I understand. We know that.
Do you? Do you?
Yes.
She's grabbing his hands at this point. Full blown.
Kind of like it's weirdly not substantial, but substantial at the same time.
She still can get a grip.
Oh yes, absolutely.
She is looking at him dead in the face. She's like, "All right,
it's very hard
to
do
that. Here's mine.
Yes.
Show me every single pain you have been through, so I can understand."
You understand that would more than likely end your existence and not give you anything actually from the. I am attempting to give you something.
Rose?
That is something.
It is something. No. I'm sorry. I'm trying to give you something positive. You are attempting to take only negative.
It isn't. A positive is understanding.
I don't think that anything can comprehend it. I don't even know if I really comprehend it. I don't think I could withstand
I
it.
can probably comprehend it better than most.
I cannot
I
ascertain that or
wouldn't
not. I
doubt
am
Earth.
just trying to stop you from wasting your boon. I do not know why you want this. I cannot not give it to you if you make it as a formal request, but I am not trying to cheat you on your boons. I cannot, and he looks at things, I cannot leave things as they are.
Everyone in this room has a boon, correct?
Yes.
Then do it.
And he says, I have given my word.
She's still holding.
Rose, I hope you know what you're doing.
Would you like to say goodbye to anyone?
She'll look at Finn and look at everybody else. It was love you all.
And Finn looks at you and he says, I don't ever understand you.
I think it's my turn. You'll get me back.
And you feel a hand placed on your shoulder. And there is more than anything could ever comprehend. There is so much happiness that it is overwhelming. There is so much sorrow that it never ends. There is so much joy that it blinds everything else. There is so much pain that it cannot be. It cannot be. There is so much fear. There is so much compassion. It's more than any soul could comprehend.
Rose is going to push love.
There is an infinite amount. You can feel the literal origin of the emotion as a species came to understand it. One stupid species that managed to rise up high enough to comprehend something as vague and undescribable as love. You can feel its origins, its changes. It comes up to a single point, and everything about it is perfect. But it's only one part of everything. Everything that is made of so much. And the worst part is, even that one part is more than a single life, even an eternal entity, as your seeming is burnt away. And you all see Rose just move into different shades of light and blink out. And I think we're going to leave it there for the night.
Damn it.
I would say, so which of us is going to use the boon to bring her back?
No, there's one person she knows is probably going to fucking do it. And if he doesn't, she's going to beat the shit out of him one day. But
She's
it's
going to
fine.
beat the shit out of him one day.
if Finn doesn't, I don't know if
No.
that's a very good engagement, though. I'm just gonna say.
No,
Yeah.
you'll have every right to kill him at that point, honestly.
Like,
Oh, absolutely.
At the just out of just having to know, why did Rose do that?
She did it on purpose because now she understands and she can boil it down to the point of this. It's loneliness.
It's beyond loneliness. It's a lack of the ability of anyone else to comprehend that
The fact that
everything to it is overwhelming.
Which she understands that now.
autism.
That's the whole
It's-
reason.
But
Now
wouldn't
she understands.
wouldn't the lack of anyone else being able to comprehend be a kind of loneliness, though?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Autism.
I actually get exactly what you're saying by it. It's everything
lonely, but worse.
because they cannot
They're just
comprehend it.
overstimulated. They're
Yeah,
overstimulated.
But constantly with no relief fucking ever. Even happiness hurts. Even joy hurts. A loud noise hurts. A
Mhm.
weird texture hurts.
See, Rose understands that now.
Hypersensitivity.
That's the whole point.
I mean,
She
if
did
you're
that.
if you're nothing and you're forced into form, that means you're forced into sensation. And if you've never experienced sensation before,
It's a lot.
it's overwhelming. And if you can't, and if when you start out, you don't even understand understanding,
Mm-hmm.
it takes you eons to get to the point where you understand you're in pain.
But it's had eons to understand. And so it's also had possibly eons to adapt, and it chose not to.
No, Rose did that shit on purpose to actually understand.
Yep. That's like, and also Sphinx, that's kind of like saying, it's basically stating that whole thing.
Also,
You
it has
can
to-
adapt, you can mask all you want, but the masking does not change the fact that underneath the mask is all the pain just sitting there.
That's true.
So the
That's very
nothing
true.
needs a therapist. So that's
Then
what-
nothing
sounds
needs
like
a
it.
therapist.
That's
No,
what-
nothing needs a sensory deprivation chamber.
But the
Yeah,
problem
that
is,
too.
for something at that level of the nothing, the only sensory deprivation chamber is to
Would
go
be
back to
redacting
nothing.
the universe, yes.
Yep.
See, here's the thing though. If Rose didn't do what she did, I would have gotten negatives on my dice rolls until further notice because of the house she's in.
Also,
They
I
thirst
think
for secrets and knowledge.
I also thought of one other thing. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I got a way to go with this. This is gonna be good.
Yeah,
Next week's
that
gonna be
it makes
terrifying.
sense for Rose to figure out answers. It makes 100% sense for her.
So, how's everyone doing? Is
Oh,
everyone
I'm
okay?
great.
Checking in. Everyone
Oh,
okay?
great. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Rose is fine. She's
Oh
just
yeah,
in
watching
the
our
nothing.
friend blink out of existence was great. 10 out
She's
of 10.
fine.
Death
10
is
out
a
of
hard one
10.
for Vera to comprehend. So like she's like, oh, she's dead, but she'll be back. Like, like Vera's like gauge of death is so askew.
Yeah.
Finn's already
She's like-
died 3 times. Vera's
Yeah.
died once. Like
We've seen so much weird shit at this
See,
point.
Rose
Like
is just floating away in the nothing right now. It's a good times. Good times.
Yeah, and you do understand
riding
that,
the
like,
waves of sensation.
Rose was literally burned out of existence.
For now.
Gonna have to be patched back together like a jigsaw puzzle.
It's fine.
It's
It's
fine.
fine.
She's mostly dead.
He's mostly
She's only
dead.
mostly dead.
just a flesh wound.
Jonathan, how are you?
To blame.
good.
Huh?
I'm good.
Good. All right, so that wasn't where I was expecting that to go.
I don't think any of us outside of M expected us to go there.
Nah, it was in that
No.
moment during the whole booth thing. I'm like, yes, epiphany. Let Rose do the dumbass thing. And the exact wording I sent was Rose is gonna do some dumb shit. That's all I said.
No, it was Rose is gonna do something possibly dumb. So, now that I see what she was intending, I wasn't gonna say why is the word possibly in there. But it was wonderful. Thank you very much. That was a fucking scene and a half.
Yeah. Oof.
It's
That was
kind
a
of
moment.
Yeah, it's kind of like bungee jumping when you know the rope is a little frayed, but it should still work.
Also, she are dramatic as fuck. It's even written in the rules that Fae, we're just dramatic as shit. Everything is treated like a theater. So that's literally
Em, where
yes.
can people find you on the
You
mighty
can
mighty
find me
interwebs?
here Mondays running Changeling the Lost, Tuesdays for Emerald Sanctums, every other Thursday on to turn to page 394, every other Friday on Beggar Street, and then every Friday on Figment Collective, Saturday mornings back here for Breakfast Club, and then Sunday afternoons on the Figment Collective. And also you can find me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram under Starshard Stories.
Dun, dun, dun. Ivy, sweet Ivy, who just
Yeah.
had her father and her girlfriend dumped at her feet.
Yeah, it's fine. Well, what else is new?
Father and
Ex-girlfriend, they're
ex-girlfriend.
exes.
X
They're
X X X
exes.
X X X.
What else is new? Really, in all honesty. Anyways, hi, I'm Gamer the Girl on everything else that you can find me at. Mondays, I'm over at Dice Cream Sandwich, where we are at our finales. We are our last 2 episodes, so be on the lookout while we promo those as our final battle and epilogue, which are really exciting and sad, all in the same swoop. Tuesdays, you can find me here. Every other Friday, you can find me here DMing. And very shortly, you'll be able to find me running Ice Cream Sandwich's channel as DM, where Sphinx will be there, along with a couple of other incredible cast members that I'm excited when we can officially announce everything. And then we have a couple of one-shots upcoming and another mini campaign. So just be on the lookout for me because I'll be over at Blackwater D&D in sometime this month. So be on the lookout for that.
Dun dun dun. Ivy is doing all the things. Speaking of doing all the things, Sphinx,
Huh?
how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. This was a fun, terrifying, mind-bending session.
Good, wonderful. Sphinx, where can people find you on the mighty mighty interwebs?
On TikTok, you can find me at Circle DM. Tuesdays, you can find me right here with these fine folk. Wednesday, you can also find me here with Milagros playing Kingdoms of Mist. Every other Friday, you can find me with with Alex Baum's channel playing Initiatives and Intrigues. That happens to be this week happens to be an Initiatives and Intrigue week. But on every other Friday, particularly starting next Friday, we come back with our season 5 premiere of Agents of the Circle on the ADH Adventures channel. Agents of the Circle is my campaign set in a homebrewed version of Eberron. There's a lot of fun, and like I said, we're starting off season 5, which is our Battle of the Bards season. On Saturdays, we alternate on ADH Adventures between Heroes Arc and Unlicensed Magic War Crimes, which is a lot of fun. And starting next Sunday, not Sunday coming, but the Sunday afterwards, we will be premiering on ADH Adventures a new show that I'm a part of. It is as of yet unnamed, but soon there will be a name, and you will get to meet my newest character, which I am excited for everyone to meet and get to know.
Excellent. And Milagros, where can people find you on the massive interwebs?
Here, always here. I'm here Monday nights, Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, and Saturday mornings. I'm currently working on the outline and planning for my NaNoWriMo project, which is the very, very rough first draft of a novelization of our Kingdoms of Mist campaign, like the first chunk of it. So working on that, and I'm just gonna go cry now. Because fucking Rose getting Thanos snapped like that is not what I expected, and I'm never gonna recover. So, it's fine. Totally fine.
Everything's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're all fine here.
It's fine.
And finally, Jonathan, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for once again fucking being the best Mark you can possibly fucking be. Over the top once again, massive. And I'm
15 out of 10.
I'm sure that you could have argued nothing in circles for days.
I mean, I could, but he wasn't telling the truth.
What was he not telling the truth about?
That I wasn't listening. I listened perfectly. He never really answered my questions.
You didn't give him a chance. You kept interrupting him.
I kept interrupting him after he was trying to excuse that he had not answered he never answered my question.
Because you kept on interrupting him.
No, I just kept shifting to prove a point. That's not interrupting him. I didn't interrupt him. I just was like proving him wrong. It just annoyed him. That doesn't mean that I was
didn't prove him
him
wrong because you weren't doing what he described. You weren't being forced into anything. You could do that naturally. It didn't cost you anything.
But I did force myself into those forms.
Nope. If you can do it willingly, you're not forced. Even if it's an effort, you're still not forced.
But I'm the one that makes the decisions, not the cells. The cells are just things that are forced to do what I want them to do.
Their cells are still part of a whole being. They're not separate entities. You remove the cell from the body, it dies.
Well, then I think the same should be true of nothing. Let's let that happen.
That's what it's been saying. Thank you for agreeing with nothing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, and you can find everyone's links for these massive, amazing creators in our chat. Go give them a follow. The best high we can ever get is when someone follows our content. And let me tell you, we love finding new people to share our content with. And if you want to find Dinner and Games content, you can find it in our link tree, which is currently in chat as well. Remember, we are giving away amazing minis every single month. We do a 20-minute giveaway every single show where we give away raffle tickets. And at the end of the month, we do a drawing. And for this month, we have... That's still the wrong mini. I haven't fixed that yet. We're giving away this amazing, gorgeous woman who is Lilith. She is basically the goddess of vampires. This is a huge mini. It's on a 6-inch wide base. It's about 10, 11 inches tall. The wingspan is like almost 12 inches on this thing. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous mini. Prints out at 4K quality. We'll be giving that one away at the end of this month. And like I said, you will get raffle tickets during the random 20-minute period during the show. And those raffle tickets are 1 for followers, 2 for subscribers. And we will also be giving away a set of D&D core books when we get to 1,000 followers here on Twitch. As of right now, we're at 274 followers. When we get to 1,000 followers, we will be giving away the D&D core set, and that will be given away to 1 winner. But if we can get to, let's see, we can get to 275 by... Actually, I said at the end of the show. So yeah, we'll be giving that book away, and I might still throw something else on. We'll see. Maybe if I set a goal for like the end of this week to get to 1,000. That's crazy, but yeah, maybe I'll do that. But we'll see. In the meantime, anyone got anyone we could raid tonight?
Let's see. Age Adventures is on.
Growing Crit RPG is playing Vampire if we want to go over there.
Ooh. Going Crit. Oh, they're there. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to go give Going Crit RPG a raid. Going Crit RPG is currently playing Vampire the Masquerade. I don't know what edition, but they are playing a similar game to what we're playing. Probably V5. So we're going to go ahead and say hi to them. Remember, if you've never been part of a raid before, we're going to take our audience, jump into their audience. We're going to say hello, let them know Dinner and a Game sent you. And if you can, give them a follow. Once again, it's the biggest thing we can get. And enjoy their show as long as you can. Remember to refresh your screen when you join, because it counts you as a fresh view and not a view from a raid, which are, for some reason, different in metrics. So, in the meantime, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us. Thank you all to my amazing cast and crew. Thank you, M, for killing Rosline. That was wonderful. And we're going to go ahead and start heading over there. Remember, during the game, we always save you a seat at the table. We want you to be able to come back to that table and join us time after time. So do what you can. Wear a mask. Social distance where you can. Keep yourself safe so you can come back and join us and not get sickies and have to stay in bed instead. We will see you guys all tomorrow night for Kingdoms of Mist, where that one blonde nerd is going to be finishing up her guest appearance as a mini goddess of anger.
That's right.
This is going to be so fun.
I will say hubby is terrified of her.
So if you want to see that, join us again tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. In the meantime, we're going to say goodnight to you guys and say hi to Going Crit RPG. Good night, everybody. We are rating. God. My dog is on a tear tonight.
I mean, honestly, that would be the way Rose went. Being a dumbass trying to get information, honestly.
And it was a milestone episode.
That's true.
Jeez. Yeah.
Also, we've been playing a year. We've been playing a year.
Yep. Milagros, you okay?
No! Rose
no.
got fucking redacted!
Milagros, people in RPGs, characters die because it's a wonderful
But
story. beat.
my friends' characters aren't allowed to die. I kill my own characters all the time. My friends don't get to do it.
I loved the reasoning behind Rose doing that though. She wanted to
very
try and understand.
It was really good.
And I was just like,
The only actual empath.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vera doesn't care.
Vera's like, how about you shut up, maybe?
Okay,
I know.
Look, all
Okay,
right.
think of it this way. Okay,
Idiot.
y'all have probably all seen Phantom of the Opera. You know, like Pitiful Dark Creature of Darkness. What kind of like?
Please!
No,
Oh
that
my
was the
God.
moment I was going for.
Oh,
Nice.
God.